carry you home. With you got nowhere to go, I need you to know I will carry you home, carry you home.
How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to another stream. Hope you boys are having a wonderful, beautiful day. How's it going, everybody? Welcome back, boys. Welcome back to another wonderful, beautiful live stream. Boys, hope all of you are doing wonderful today. Got ourselves more 5V5 1v1 Duels up and running for the evening, and I'm more or less here on time, which I'm kind of surprised myself. I honestly would expect for me to be like super swamped and caught up, and I was like, wait, will video get up? Apparently I uploaded it. Oh, okay, let me get it set up with all the links and all that stuff. Done. Wait, is it processed? It's processed and HD quality processed, so We are set. We're actually starting off on time, which is something I haven't feel like, at least in the last few weeks, I haven't been able to do. At least it feels like it. There's a good chance that I did start on, I don't know, dude. I feel like I've been playing behind. How you boys all doing? Welcome back to another stream. You know, December 3rd, starting Endwalker. You know, 3 December, starting Endwalker FF14? Question mark. I believe it is, unless they push it back. I don't keep up with FF. So, like, if you guys are going to play, good luck. My guildies are going to be, I had a couple of guildies that have tried to put a static together, which is like, basically, it's like what you call a raid group in FF. It's called a static. I don't know. They have a word for aggro called enmity. I will always refer to it as aggro, picking up threat. They're like, I'm going to be collecting enmity. And it's like, no, picking up aggro? Is that what you mean? You can just say aggro. That sounds easier. I am collecting enmity. And it's like, that's a lot of syllables for aggro. You know? Aggro. It's just so simple. But anyway, how you boys doing? Welcome back. Hope you're having a good one. Let me get the music up and running first. Is it loud? Not super loud. Let's see what EU boys we have up and running for the evening for them duels. So we got in chat. We got Lofty, Colin. We got ourselves Jummy 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Wow, that kind of came on. I feel like that would have rhymed with a song. Reg D Woods, Calculate, Wolf, we got ourselves Tyler, we got Team Assassin, Addons, Oddby. How you boys all doing? Welcome back, welcome back. Play with Jesus and I'm with him. Yo, Colin, we can get Jesus up and running if you got a group up and running. Let me get the BNet up and running too, because I was getting the thumbnail up and I was getting a thumbnail edited really quickly. But yeah. Can't really get a thumbnail made because I need to use the WoW model viewer, and that means I gotta turn up BNet. Because if I have that online, yo, is it just me or has PTR been doing updates every single day? I feel like PTR has done an update every few hours ever since they announced stuff for 9.2. I swear to God they're sending up 9.2 and they're just waiting to flip a switch. I swear to God the whole thing is going to be playable in PTR with how much it's updating constantly, dude. They're just loading data constantly over and over, just updating something every single day. Is it just me? Is it just me? It's just initializing and then it just keeps doing stuff and more stuff and more stuff. 9.2 hype, yo. Dude, what'd you guys think about 9.2 update? I wasn't there. I wasn't streaming with you boys when 9.2 came out. When the update came out, the video came out. What'd you guys think? I was excited, dude. I was jumping out of my seat. Oh my God. I am excited. I want to see. I'm logging into the NA servers. Let me log out. Let me get in the game. Close the game. I'll log in on EU. I'm all over the place today, dude. Huge news, loving it, to be honest. Dude, I actually am excited. End of Eternity. It's a little sad, it's bittersweet that is the final patch of Shadowlands. You know what, low-key, and you guys know that I've said this before, I was kind of hoping that they would do more with Shadowlands, that would be like, you know what, we had a little bit of, you know, a delay with Shadowlands, we gotta commit more time into Shadowlands, do more with it going forward, you know, maybe keep the expansion out for a little bit longer, but we'll have it a full patch cadence like BFA and Legion. But they decided, you know what, we just gotta wrap it up. Whatever other stories we have to tell, we'll move on to the next expansion. And it looks like they're excited about what's to come. Like, it looks like maybe they're already prepared for the next expansion. Because they're excited. They want to talk about it, but they're like, we can't yet. But we wanna. Which I think is good. I was talking to my GM about it. And he said even for patch 9.2, like the devs doing the video, they legitimately look excited talking about 9.2 stuff. They're legitimately like, dude, we got all this stuff, we got all that stuff. They're legit excited. That's the best thing you can get. Even if, let's say, the content is, let's say 9.2 actually comes out and everything is boring, at least the devs give a damn. At least the devs really care about this content, because at least it's going to be a better sign than devs are like, you know what, we have some 9.2 stuff. We're not even sure if we were like it myself. Like, if the devs don't like it, then we're probably not. But at least someone likes it and we'll see how it goes. Is I guess what I was trying to say. This song is a bit too chill for the 5V5 1V1 Duel Bonanza. Who got a group up on running on EU boys? Let's see some groups. Let's see who's ready and available. Yo, any whispers you guys sent me earlier, I didn't have them. So whisper me again, enter with the group. Let's get up on running. I need the snail mount. Snail mount actually looks really good. Tier says for M plus double Lego, no more Torghast farm, set bonus is huge. I know, one of the biggest highlights is no more no more Torghast. Woo! I thought that was the funniest thing ever. It's like, wait, no more Torghast? Let's go. I was kind of hoping that we'd just do something with Torghast and find a way to save it, but you know, maybe that's for the best. Maybe everything that's being done, maybe that's all for the best. You can get 2 cents from Plus, like what? Yes, please. We can literally work to legendaries. Yeah, to Legos. I wonder how people are gonna react. My group is ready. Yo, Atho. I gotta get Anto Jesus here first, but we'll get Atho in here as soon as possible. How does that sound? Enter XD and Jesus. Atho, you might have messaged that you have a group before anybody else messaged me, but I wasn't on for that. So I have no idea who was technically the first to whisper me, but we're just gonna do is up and running. So when people join LFG group for SP, yo boys, let's go, let's go. Yeah, if you guys got groups, feel free to let them know. Also, let me get the 5V5 1V1 DUELS stuff in here. Let me do this. Because normally Lucren does all these posts, but we'll do it like this. Yeah, so we have a listing over in the pin of how to join in if you guys want to know. Do I need to go again? I'm going to requeue again. Let's try requeuing again. If you guys want to join LFG groups, go to player versus player, premier group, custom PvP, find a group, and there should be 5V5 1v1 groups in there. Just type number 5 in the search on the Horde and Alliance, and you'll have some groups available like Boy, SP, looking for a +1 over in the Horde. You guys are more than welcome to join them. Are we getting queues? Working request has been sent to Jesus and Anto, but I don't know if we were able to get them up and running. I'm on their group, say hi to the low level. So take it easy. All right, sounds good. I think Jesus is lagging. We could wait a second. Yeah, we can give him a second. We can give him a second. This is perfect because I can get all my audio set up and everything, and maybe even the duels mix. I can get all of it set up, so I am chilling. I am actually just vibing. We'll give him a sec. We got 4 out of 5. Yo, we'll get you guys +1 really quickly. Don't worry. If Jesus is lagging, we could do Anto versus Athaman. I'm gonna try it again. Jesus and Anto. One more time. It says have a target. Jesus or... Let me check. Anto's online. Jesus is either offline on BNet or he just put himself as offline on Real ID. Should we just do Anto and Atha then? Did you eat? I did. I did get something to eat. Thank you boys for asking me. I would queue, but I'm not a PvPer at all. Felipe, you're more than welcome to, or if you want to chill back, kick back, relax, enjoy the duels, watch someone else play, more than welcome to. Enjoy those duels in any way you guys like, but if you guys want to join in, you're more than invited. It says Jesus, I don't see him online. Let's do this. Let's do Athaman since he's ready. I didn't see Jesus on. Maybe he needs to turn on Real ID, or maybe he's DC'd offline. We'll get Anto and Athaman, and we'll put Jesus up next as soon as he's available. And Blades Edge Arena is going to be the first arena that we're going to be starting off tonight. Boys, let's get the duels mix up and running. Let me find a good song. This is not a bad one, but I kind of want to get something different. Something different. Let's skip that one. Let's skip that one. I just like a good start. I want a good song to start with. Something I'm feeling. That'll work. I'm feeling that. Alrighty, boys. You guys ready? First duel of the day. Switch. We got ourselves Team 1 together with N2. Chilling in the back, or under the dragon's wing, is a big old Tauren. I'm so used to you being Xander, but you being a Tauren. I also like the Mog, dude. The goggles together with this Wrath of Lich King set, that looks so good. We got Embargo in the back with G-Fuck on that team. Wolf as well as Mogdem. It looks like Mogdem is so exciting. He's trying to wiggle his way out of the gates. Looks like this man is most likely going to be first up and running versus Team 2. We got ourselves Athaman as a... I was going to say Night Fate, but I'm pretty sure it's just a Mog on that team with Fazol. We got Lucifer in the back. We're going to be first up to TWA as a Fury Warrior leaping in past Mogdem. Looks like they both leap past each other. A Night Saber. Going to be, are you a dual wielding? Or is that just, I think it's actually legit dual wielding. I don't think it's a transmog. I think it's actually dual wielding. Mogdem dropping down the storm blast almost into looking to execute him right now. Into Zerka slamming down massive executes and TWA. Getting slammed out of the park. Super unfortunate. Better luck next time. As a Fury Warrior, I guess I don't have a parry, but this way I think it would want to pop, cooldown, trinket, defensive, everything, disarm, anything that goes. But Fazal is going to be up next. Yo, well, that didn't work out super well, did it? Yo, my guy, better like this. Definitely you want to trinket, definitely want to pop a defensive. Especially against an arms warrior who just slammed down. Is Magdam even... He's an Necrolord. Okay, I was going to say... Didn't do ban or nothing. Actually held on to a lot of his cooldowns too. Gonna be a quick slow onto Fazal. Go for Blazer as the knockdown from the Fellord comes out into an interrupt onto the Tyrant, but getting stunned up with another knockdown by the Fellord, avoiding the next knockdown. Shadow and throw trying to make it happen. Gonna be Fear out of Fazal as Magdam got himself quite a bit of damage. He's gonna go for a bit of a spell reflected. Back it up out of there with a leap up on the top platform with Fazal chasing after him. Got himself the dark back looking for a Fear. Getting interrupted on Shadow, is able to cast Tentacle Dance. Quick parry out from Magdam with Avatar. Looking to make big damage happen. That is gonna be Decimated Bolt on him. Magdam, does he have any response? Actually, Fazal might be looking for his own health bar. Executes back to back. Got himself a Hellstone with a wall. Looking to get away, but that's going to be quick. Knocked down by Magdam. I think actually just execute him through the flesh cut. So 20% damage reduction at that low of health. And Magdam just slammed down a big old execute. With Night Saber gonna be up next. IPF as he gets the grippy hand up and running. Got himself some more switcher. Quick stun with Strangulate onto Mach. That's going to be a Fear by the Death Knight with a Lichborn for Night Saber. It looks like he's actually doing quite a bit of damage to Magdam. Magdam might be in really bad trouble. Needs to go for a flash cut as soon as possible. Could be interrupted, and it's going to be, oh my goodness, Night Saber building up the frosty damage, taking him out with a dragon from above. Very, very flashy. But it's going to be able to take him out. Magdam needed to go for a flash cut, but there's no way because Night Saber is going to interrupt him. All you can really do is hopefully get a CC onto Night Saber and go for whatever flash cap you can and maybe continue running. Gonna be Embargo up next as a Necrolord out the rogue, looking to get the big spikes and dammies into Night Saber as the Obliterate's coming out for the Death Knight. Embargo is playing Outlaw, could go for the little bit extra range. Night Saber having to burn his defensive really quickly, AMS, but it's not gonna stop the physical damage of an Outlaw rogue, and the pistol shots comes out. Embargo just dropping the round right in the chest plate of the Death Knight. With Athaman charging out next. Ticket bets, is this boy a Necrolord? Is he actually legit Night Fae? Is going to be adaptation sapped out as Embargo gets a couple Sinister Strikes versus Atha, building up for a little bit of column points. Going to be Atha, he's going to be playing the Summer Blessing, so it can be a huge amount of damage versus Embargo. If Athaman sets up his burst properly, it's quite a bit of damage for Embargo for a little bit as Athaman waiting, wings are up and running, massive Tempest Verdict, trying to make the most damage happen. Clock shot is up for Embargo. Athaman will still have maybe a few seconds of big damage. Embargo with a into a fleshcraft immediately. That's going to be AoE by Athaman getting him out. But that is Night Fae burst out of Atha with a Hammer of Justice. Embargo has a fleshcraft. He doesn't need to worry about trinketing just yet. That's going to be Kidden shot into Athaman, doing quite a bit of damage, trying to see if he might be able to bust through his defenses. Couple of pistol shots back to back. Does he get the damage he needs? It looks like he's able to slice and dice through Athaman, doing a bit of that sustain dam, but not enough to really get the big procs, get the big burst. That is going to be a bleed on Atha. As the Necrolord spike does quite a bit of damage over time. Like that thing, like it works, it does a lot. Embargo keeping himself super healthy. I believe that was an evasion versus Atha. Most likely he's playing the float like a butterfly PvP talent, where your column points finishers, whenever you spend column points into a finisher, you do get to reduce the cooldown of your evasion, as well as feint, which is massive against other melee. Embargo gonna lock down the stun. Athaman is gonna get himself Blessing of Autumn, which is gonna give him cooldown reduction on a lot of his abilities, like his wings, his Hodge, all the defensives. It's actually gonna reduce the CD on a lot of them. First aid by Embargo as it gets a quick blind to Atham. Looks like I'm playing Black Powder or a Dirty Trick. No. I think it's Blinding Powder. Either way, it allows you a blind at 1.5 minute CD instead of a 2 minute CD, and a bit of extra range, which is huge. Stun onto Atha. It's going to be Bubble out of the Paladin, trying to get some slows onto Embargo as the grapple hooks out of there. Athaman is a little bit behind on health, is going to have to go for a bit of healing. Team 2 is looking a little bit rough with Athaman being the last one to hold the fort, already burning an immunity versus the Rogue. As Embargo got himself lots of defensives, lots of recycling on his defensive abilities. So the takedness of this rogue is kind of unmatched when you think about it. It's going to be a blessing out of Athaman with a bit of holy damage. Going to be a kid shot, but adaptation breaks him out of it. Hammer Justice onto Embargo, burning a trinket as well as a cloak shot. As Embargo trying to make some offensive damage happen. Athaman with wings trying to make some damage of his own. Evasion up for the rogue. Going to be that eye for an eye as Athaman does reduce the physical damage it takes, as well as some counter damage towards Embargo as it attacks him with melee hits. Vanish damage by Embargo with the flesh cuffs just so he can secure himself a full flesh cuff and doesn't have to worry about nothing. What kind of a soul body is he playing? Is it Marilith getting a bit of damage to Athaman after the kidney shot? Big pistol shot to follow. Could be dead end for Athaman. Trying to go for a little bit of healing. Warlock Hellstone from Lucifer does get used as Athaman's kind of on his last foot. He does have Blessing of Protection, which is going to be big against Embargo, as Embargo is all physical damage. A Blessing of Protection is going to give you a lot of that survivability versus an all physical damage class. No poisons, no shadow damage like a sub-rogue, none of it. I guess it could put up one poison on you at worst. But that's really about it. Shield event is going to be a quick blind. Embargo using that CC just to control Athaman and control the duel. Finally get into that 6-minute mark. Finally dampen rolling in. And Athaman with that adaptation immediately. Another evasion for Embargo. Count on your hand how many evasions he's got so far. Because very, very soon, if he keeps it going with how aggressive he is with so many finishers, it's going to be in double digits. Athaman with the slow as Embargo grapples in. Athaman with no defense except for Eye for an Eye and Blessing Protection. But that's going to be maybe his last over defense. He's going to use the Battle Master Trinket. Eye for an Eye for 30% damage reduction for physical attacks. Embargo still landing a kidney shot. Athaman choosing to burn a bop either way. Does not want to die to this rogue out of nowhere. Notice it could be a big pistol shot behind it. As Embargo backs up out of there, trying to get pistol shots into Athaman, but it's not going to do much. The Battle Master Trinket does fall off, so Athaman really is limited in terms of when he can go. He might need to go for a Hodge as soon as possible. Maybe with his full burst. Embargo does not have a trinket for a while. Kidney shot into Athaman. Does he survive this? This could be really deadly. The Paladin has nothing left anymore. His hands are glowing. He wants to go for big damage. There goes the big holy damage with the blessings. Potentially evasion for Embargo is going to have a trinket back up here with the Cloak of Shadows. So Athaman, I don't know how he's going to be able to get a trinket out of Embargo. Cloak is going to immune all that holy damage. Athaman is having to go very defensively. Maybe he can wait out for the Cloak of Shadows and max out damage afterwards. Try to see if he might be able to Skull Crush Embargo right here with a quick grapple hook by the Rogue though. Athaman with the Hand of Freedom, blind right in his face as no adaptations available. So the Rogue is guaranteed a full reset. The tricky Outlaw Rogues, dude. Normally Outlaw Rogues struggle with Paladins. That's like our worst matchup. Because they're a plate, they do a lot of holy damage. They're very difficult for us to deal because of Blessing Protection, we do nothing against it, unlike Assassin Sub. To some extent, they can actually do something. We do nothing. But play classes for an Outlaw, which is all physical damage, no bleeds, no nothing. I guess if you're Necrolord, you can't just spike him. You can't stab him. Interrupt into Atho and Holy. Athaman is going to use them. I love that soul shape, by the way. The lion as an alliance character, that looks fantastic, but is going to use the soul shape to get the hell out of dodge. Try to catch up on a little bit of healing. Quick blade rush from Embargo. Up close and personal with Atho immediately. And that's going to be the Eye for an Eye for Athaman. 30% damage reduction. Does get some backsplash damage towards Embargo, but I don't think he can do it while he's stunned, which is kind of unfortunate. Is trying to maintain himself as best as possible. Embargo burning yet another evasion. Again, count just how many evasions has this man got to use so far, because you get more evasions than any other rogue, especially in the physical combat against a physical class, a melee class. This is fantastic. Get gouge onto the Paladin into a kidney shot. Blessing of Protection or adaptation does help out Athaman. Athaman is sitting with no defenses, however, though. Embargo does have a pre-cloak. Maybe he can pre-cloak a Hodge. Can Athaman maybe make some kind of damage happen here? Gonna be wings in just a few seconds. Embargo was like has CC to follow up after, right before that happens. So Athaman trying to keep himself afloat. Gonna be quick. Interrupt as Atho locked out on hold. It could be really bad. He does go for a Battle Master Trinket. Does he survive this stun? If he doesn't survive this could be really bad. Pistol shots coming out for Embargo. I don't think he's getting the procs. He needs pre-cloak of Shadows in case there's a Hodge. Athaman with a Eye for an Eye. Wings in order to keep himself healed. Embargo should be aware that this is lots of damage out of Athaman with a blind. Does deny the wings. Could go for a complete resap if you wanted to. This rogue looks like has an answer for everything that Athaman does. The Paladin that went Night Fae to go for the most amount of damage, the biggest burst possible, versus Embargo has an answer to every setup that Atho has. And I think the Paladin does get a bolo back up. Embargo with a quick fade. It is going to be the last opportunity for Athaman to make something happen. And Embargo is going to grapple out of there. Athaman does have adaptation back up, so next kidney shot he could immune it. Going to be the frost damage with the consecration. Should do a little bit of damage to Embargo too. Any smaller hits from a Paladin does apply a little bit of that frost damage while the frost blessing is up. Hodge onto Embargo. I think he is still in consecration. Athaman trying to make some damage happen. Unable to really crack through defenses of Embargo as a sippy cup, and yet another evasion is back up and running. This rogue is an actual tank. Tankiest rogue in the world. Quick kidney shot onto Atho. Adaptation up and running into an Eye for an Eye. Embargo might be down in defenses. I think Mayadish available if he needs to. Could Fleshcraft anytime he wants to. There's going to be an interrupt by Atherman as Rogue building up for comp points. First Hodge, first Kidney. I think whoever gets the first stun here wins. Shield Advantage for Ather. Does get himself a little bit of survivability. Blind by the Rogue with the first aid immediately. Just got to wait out until until Shield of Vengeance is down. It's going to be a quick flash scout with a Battle Master's Trinket. Get himself the most amount of defense as possible. You are playing Marilyn Soulbind, right? What Soulbind is he playing? Is he Ear Mirror out of nowhere? Atherman looking kind of bad right now health-wise. Not a lot really left. Trying to use whatever holy power he's got. 37% dampener. There's going to be a stun to Embargo, which gives Atherman a bit of a breather. Able to generate a bit of holy power, but still continue to use it into Word of Glories just to keep himself afloat. Embargo with an Adrenaline Rush trying to make the most damage happen here. If he gets the big procs, Atherman could be in trouble. Adaptation very, very soon. Kidney Shot. Adaptation does not break him out. It doesn't work unless you get stunned after adaptation's off CD. Atherman is super low. Vanished by the Rogue just to get himself another Kidney Shot. Oh my goodness. Embargo playing the cooldown reduction build. So he's running a legendary where on Vanish he actually reduces the cooldown of his abilities by 20 seconds. That's how this man was able to get 2 stuns back to back. This is how this man is getting Cloaker Shadows back up, or an Evasion back up as fast as he is. And blinds too, so he actually reduces all abilities by 20 seconds in CD. So you feel like Blade Rush, Vanish, Blade Rush, you can just do that back to back. Kidney Shot, Vanish, Kidney Shot. You can literally get 2 of them off. Lucifer is going to be up next. Dead's going to be Wild Fleshcraft is up. Dark Pact, as well as the Trinket on the wall. I don't really know if that was the move. Going to be a stun onto Embargo. Has a Cloak of Shadows if he needs to. Going to be the Decimating Bolt to empower the next Demon Bolts. Quick Fear onto Embargo. Has a Trinket if he needs to hand the gods and loading him up. And Embargo is going to take a bit of damage. Decimating Bolts coming out from Lucifer. Flying from the fingertips. Chasing out of the Orc Rogue. Embargo behind the pillar, has all these pets to fight with, is trying to see if he can fish out to get faster cooldown reduction on that Vanish. The faster he can get CD on the Vanish, the better. Gonna be Lucifer dropping down the Obelisk. All these pets are empowered. Gonna be the Felguard dropping down as Embargo decided to focus it down. Quick interrupt onto the Drain. Lucifer trying to go for hand cooldowns. Needs to resummon another pet as soon as possible. I don't know if he has it available. It looks like Lucifer does go down to Embargo. Oh my goodness. Embargo's a tank. This Rogue, look at the damage this guy did. The healing this man does. Yo, this Rogue is kind of nuts, dude. Kind of cracked. Outlaw. We don't see Outlaws a lot in the duels. And he's played that Vanish leg up. Huge cooldown reduction. I'm loving it, dude. I love seeing it. Alright, boys, this is getting up and running. Yo, Temjin, my man. Yo, can we get a hashtag Temjin in chat? My guy, where you at, boy? Where you at? Yo, can we get a Temjin in chat, boys? With 3 bones. Hey there, down boy. Hi there. How's it going, Temjin? Hope you having a good one, my man. How you doing, my guy? Rogue power insane. Dude, he's running the Vanish Legum. Wherever he vanishes, all his cooldowns are reduced by 20 seconds. He's running the Float Like a Butterfly PvP talent, where every time he spends calm points into finishers, he reduces the cooldown of Feint, as well as Evasion. So he's got a lot of CD, and he's probably running that talent. Tagsy, you the lead. Is Jesus still around, or is he offline? Because we get Tagsy and Boy in here. We'll get Tagsy and Boy. I don't know if Jesus is back up. Yo, Jesus, let me know if you're here, my guy. I want to see you play. Let's get Boy and Tagsy. And we'll figure out Anto and Atho. We'll separate you guys a little bit. We'll give Anto, we got to give Anto back in there as soon as possible. Because his team barely got to play. Anto barely got to play. I think Embargo and the Warrior are the only ones that really get to play the game, you know? We'll try. Hi there, bro. What's up? Evercard is online. Okay. Yeah. Jesus, write me back real quick to let me know you're back. And we'll get you in immediately. We'll get you versus Anto. Because I would have gotten you immediately. It looked like Tagsy was part of your team. It looks like maybe like Tagsy took over. At least that's what it sounded like. Yeah, that's my bad, Jesus. My bad. We'll get you, we'll get you to play twice, Jesus. How does that sound? I'm so sorry. You should have been the first one here. You should have been up next. I'll get you to play 2 times in a row. Sarge, how you doing, my man? I would love to give it a shot. Yo, join some of the groups, man. LFG right now. Boys, open up LFGs. Let them know who's looking for groups, what your team is called, what faction you're looking more for more boys. Feel free to advertise it all in the chat. It helps them out tremendously. Or Warlock done judge the place. Sounds good, my guy. My boy, what's up, Mike? How you doing, my man? Hope you have a good one. Amazing plays up Rogue. He did play really well, dude. I don't see a lot of Rogues playing that Vanish Lego just because most Rogues go for damage. I love it, though. That's great for survivability. It is fantastic for that Live Lord potential. Yo, can you wait? Boys, wait. I didn't save that one. Oh, no, they're running at each other. No. No. Wait, 185. Oh, Team Forest. Oh, thank goodness. You're the man. Yeah, this guy's literally waiting for me because I'm behind. He's literally just in stealth waiting because I'm behind. Thank you. Thank you for giving me a second here to catch up. Switch. We got Dermo charging out versus Team Forest immediately. The Bear Druid turns around with a wild charge while in bear form, landing a rune into Dermo, looking for those Moonfires around the corner. The Rogue Shadow stepping while Team Forest is in cat form. It's going to go for that Night Phase setup, looking to get that bunch of mastery with a cheap shot following the kidney shot. Cheap shot right after. Yes, Team Forest kind of lowish, is going to proc a heal from him. Did Dermo get himself a restyle with Shadow Meld? Looks like he got some dots rolling on him. It's going to be a freebie Shadow Strikes onto Team Forest from the Sepsis ability. Evasion for the Rogue right now. Team Forest got himself aggression going. He got himself damage rolling. He wants to get some damage up and running. Got full call points for Derma. Gonna be a kidney shot with Shadow Blades. Does Team Forest do anything? No Barskin. Trinkets the last second. Cheap shot. Does it still go down? Oh, Dermo just continue to pump the numbers for Team Forest. It was a question of, well, I'm in bear form. I should probably be okay. I think I'll be fine. Wait, all of a sudden this Rogue got a fat crit. I gotta trinket. I gotta press a button. He trinketed bear form immediately, tried to get himself as much defensiveness. But looks like Dermo just continued going. He's like, you know what? I got procs. I'm critting. I might as well keep going. Rex on Team 2. Gonna be up next with Hellforce in the back. We got SP hanging by the campfire and Troop Monk. Looks like they're hanging out with Unlucky then, just keeping him some company. While Tagsy too, Tagsy's all for. Why another affliction? And we got Jihad God in the back as well as Alenzi. Alenzi? Yeah, Alenzi. Chilling. Why is Unlucky hanging out with the other two, dude? You got some friends over there, I guess. He's hanging out with all. He's like, yo, I'm part of you guys now. I'm part of your team. Or maybe he just wants to be buddy with them. So as soon as the duel starts, he's like in the arena. He's next to them. He knows the secrets. Gonna be Rex opened up on with full sepsis. Might have to trinket. Just use the trinket. It's better to trinket than not trinket, even if you do it late. It's better to trinket than not trinketing, even if you do it late. As Dermo got himself big opener, playing out that Nightfare Rogue. Nightfare Rogue isn't a common build anymore. In PvP, I do think it has some potential. I don't think there's a bad covenant for rogues even in PvP. In PvE, numerically, it is behind, but it's actually pretty fun. It's really easy. Dermo getting some big damage. Oh, gotta be the SP. Trinket out of Dermo, landing a cheap shot onto SP. SP makes his kill quick getaway. Dermo so far found that big burst is an Night Fade. He's gonna have to share his build. What kind of a soul bond is he running? What conduits is he rolling? I'm gonna guess he's Naya. Like everybody in the mother is Naya. Plus the mastery buff would be pretty nutty for subtlety. On a 1.5 minute cooldown, it has a hard time synergizing with some of your abilities. But on PvP, it didn't really matter. It's mostly a PvE thing. In PvP, it's fantastic. Because it's basically up all the time. SP Dusty Burn defensive here. Gonna take a bit of damage, letting the Fleshcraft absorb the strikes from the Rogue, but looks like the shield doesn't hold for too many. Dermo is getting them lucky crits. He's getting some big damage in, puncturing shields left and right, puncturing enemies' health and just eviscerating it out of it. Forcing his enemies just to bleed out, not over time, but in a single chunk. Just absolutely gruesome gravitas. This is gonna be Dermo going for a bit of a reset. SP trying to go for a bit of a setup for Dermo. Is going to be great to fade. Avoiding CC by Dermo is going to be able to get proper opener. Sending all the pets at Dermo. Dermo looking to get away from it all. Is going to catch himself a reset. Don't you have dots on you? He's going to open up, try to kill that Siphon. Looks like the one backstab wasn't enough. He's going to try to soul shape next to the SP, but SP jumps off the side of the arena instead. Going to be that Mindbender as well as the Mages of the Dead. Doing significant damage to Dermo. This Rogue better be aware. He's just taking free damage. He's trying to stay away from SP as best as possible, but he just took all that free damage. Looking for a reset. SP trying to see maybe he can charge up. Going to be Dermo sneaking around before he goes for a reset. Getting the shot with a Sepsis onto SP. Big damage to follow. Does the shot up his make it play? He might just have to disperse the last second. Alexi disperses no to keep him up and running. 60% damage reduction with a bit of healing to follow is no joke. It looks like it is enough to keep him in the game. Going to be a trinket out of the blind. Dermo does not go for the shadow step to try to see if he can juke SP. As SP jumps next to him, he's going to catch up on a little bit of healing. Dermo got himself Cloak of Shadows, but looks like as the cloak fades, he's trying to get away. SP hits him with a stun, with a Void Eruption, trying to get the pets up and running. Dermo is going to get hit with a Void Bolt. If the pets catch up to Dermo, then Dermo will not be able to get himself a clean reset. I think the Rogue activated a battle massive trinket there. Going to be SP with a Fleshcraft. Dermo interrupting it. The pets might attack Dermo, but looks like they don't. Mages of the Dead just standing still. He's hanging out by SP, keeping him company, trying to act like a guardian, but honestly, him getting more aggressive with the Rogue would have been much, much better. As Dermo is going to get a couple saps to the SP. Getting the Shadow Strike, looking to puncture through a Fleshcraft yet again, able to with ease. Getting the shot onto SP, cheap shots to follow. Does SP have anything? Nothing to use while stunned. Is going to have to go for Greater Fate immediately. Could be an interrupt by Derma. Does not get interrupted as SP sends more pets at Derma. Finally is able to bat the rogue away to put him away on the other side of the arena. Derma tried to avoid the Mindbender as best possible. Sneal still is going to be able to sneak in a reset, but at least SP was able to catch himself a little bit of healing. Picking up the eye, so you should be able to see where Derma is at as he runs the bend on the mount. But Derma, if he's careful enough, you should be able to avoid him. SP just trying to stay as far as he can. It's going to set a void crash around the corner. Trying to see if he might move to snipe the rogue. Is going to pick up maybe a second set of eyes. Yeah, picking up a second set of eyes, but Derma is right on top of him with the full Sepsis. Going to be the early disperse out of SP, and Derma seeing the defensive, looking to get the hell out of dodge. SP trying to get him some slows, maybe a stun to follow. Derma focusing on the Siphon as it's going to be DPs rolling up. Derma looking to catch himself behind the pillar. Going to be full dots, and SP trying to get himself a better angle, so you can see Derma if he goes left or right, looking to dot him up. That's going to be full pets. Derma, if you can just keep him in place, let the pet do damage. Looks like Derma is going to bail out of there, trying to get himself a reset. The dots are going to keep rolling on him. The Shadow Crash, I believe, might have connected. Derma is going to be able to catch himself a reset for a second. Quick sap into SP. What a sap that was. Actually got himself a good reset. The dot damage did a little bit. Gonna land a kidney shot as the Mages tried to get a cast out. So far, the Mages has been a bit disappointing. The pet AI for that thing tries to be very, very just inconsistent. Derma is gonna go for the hit and run strat. So far, he's been able to get away from SP. Dealing with the Mindbender, landing himself into the Shadow Step or Shadow Meld. There's so many shadow-based abilities for rogues. Way too many. Going to be an interrupt onto SP. Trinket maybe potentially could come out of the Derma. Does not an interrupt, so he's going to wait. Mind control by SP. Looking to put Derma away, even if that means putting him behind line of sight. He's going to let Derma get a reset. As SP, I think he's just waiting for cooldowns. Disperse in 19 seconds. Going to be no Vampiric Embrace for a while. Is that really a 2-minute cooldown, Vampire Brace? I thought it was a little shorter. Trinket by Derma is going to land the stun onto SP, looking to get damage in, but he doesn't really have anything to combo like Shadow Blades or Sepsis, so he's going with whatever damage he normally got. Gonna be the pet finally available. Does he get a stun into Derma? Looking to get a slow on him. Looks like the pets are finally doing some damage. Doesn't have a stun for Derma though. That is going to be a slow from Siphon. Continue to blast him. The Mages of the Dead does get the round to bend. It's continuing to max range Derma, and the Rogue is still getting hit by the Mages. It's going to be a advantage force out of him as SP approaches with a PI. I wonder if applying PR on yourself replace PR on your pets. I think it does. Maybe that's why he did it, because the Mages was actually getting Derma kind of low. And it looked like Derma was going to go down. SP looking to pick up the eye. Derma looking for food. Looks like neither of the eyes are available, and Derma is going to be able to catch himself a full reset, which is going to be very, very unfortunate for SP. Finally, the eye on the left is up. Derma caught up on a significant amount of health. We are at the 8-minute mark as the Rogue continuing to tussle with SP. It's been a very, very close duel so far. And does open up with a cheap shot, full burst. It's going to be maybe dispersed out of SP. Does he use it? We're waiting for the defensive. Waited out for it. Trying to go for a fear onto the Rogue. His Cloak of Shadows is up. Did not get interrupted at the very least. And SP tried to deny, use it, disperse as best as he can, but does use it as Derma decides to disconnect. Gonna be the Siphon join the fight, but he cannot reach Derma. Shadow Crash around the corner. It is not going to connect. So far, SP has played this very, very hard, as best as he could for this game. Derma going to be walking to this one with not a lot of defenses to work with, unless you got a sneaky Shadow Meld somewhere in the back pocket. A Shadow Meld that we can't see on our cooldown bars. SP approaching Derma, looking to find him. Did he get him dotted just now? He might have been able to. Maybe not. Is Derma going to be full reset? It is a full reset by the Rogue. Looks like there was no pain. SP gets a full flash cut. That is going to be quite a bit for Derma to bust through. But Derma is going into this with a lot of offensives though. Shadow Blades, Dance, and Trinket, which can be used offensively just to stay and keep aggression onto SP. SP got himself Trinket, Greater Fade, and he also got the ability to for Vampiric Embrace. He might be able to make something work here. Cheap shot by Derma, looking to get big damage. Going to be immediately Trinket for SP. Derma will not choose to Trinket this just yet. Does not have a Cloak of Shadows at all though. He's going to try to get away as the pets join the fight. Full PI onto SP. He's just going to avoid the pets as best as possible. Going to be the Mindbender around the corner. Mages to the Dead as well. Continue to blast him, doing significant damage as long as SP gets more of those setups with the pets doing full walk where Derma can't go anywhere. He's going to be in a great position. Looks like the pets continue to slap Derma around. Does get a DP around the corner. The Mages gets one last cast. And SP looking to get up top of Derma as best as he can. Going to be a reset for the Rogue. Got himself a sap to SP. Are the dots still on him? Looks like no more dots. The DP was the last thing SP so far has held off against sub-rogue very, very well, as the rogue was able to take down 2 competitors before him, getting shot by Dermo. And he got himself a sippy cup. He's literally stood still and sippy cup. Is he out of cooldowns? Was he waiting for something? I think Dermo's bars maybe been messed up. Definitely something happened. They're cheating the solar eyes. Wait, did they? Is there somebody picking up eyes? Dermo got a cloak of shadows, but he's standing still completely. I'm not sure what's going on. Dermo's trying to use defenses, but I think something happened to his bars. And he just kind of melted. I'm not sure what happened. Is somebody picking up the eyes? Yeah, if you guys are not dueling, don't pick up the eyes if you can help it. If somebody's picking up the eyes, not helping SP, then that's unfortunate. I don't know who would be. DC? He did press Cloak of Shadows. But for one reason or another, Dermo did not continue the duel. He did press defensives. He DC'd, I think. Huh. Then how did he press Cloak of Shadows? Because definitely standing still, he is pressing Cloak of Shadows to hopefully live. I don't know what happened then. I guess SP continues the next deal. I'm not sure. I was thinking the Derma was going to be the winner of that one, surely. SP and him had definitely a really tough hustle back and forth. Alenzi is going to be up next though, as SP crowned the winner of that duel by default because of a DC by the looks of it. But at least Team 1 gets a chance to play. I think that's the important part. G-Pie up and Alenzi looking to end this duel. Trinket for SP with a stun onto Alenzi. The mage does go for a blink. Is playing the normal blinks by the looks of it, not playing shimmers. SP looking to get some dots under Alenzi. The next time the mage has an interrupt could be pretty bad for SP. Got himself full PI, all the pets around the corner. Alenzi tried to get away from the pets as best as he can. SP is going to get a slow around the corner onto Alenzi as they're going for shooting power. Going to get defenses back up and running, but SP is quick with that PI to cleanse all those debuff, all those buffs off of Alenzi. Quick blink by the mage, got himself shield. But the Scythe is just beating him up around the corner. Gonna be the Kevin Slime trying to go for some spits. Alenzi sitting down to pick up some food as soon as possible. The Mages is not gonna get aggressive with Alenzi for one reason or another. Those pets, you just can't control them. Gonna be Void Eruption for SP. Void Bolts flying, but Alenzi is nowhere nearby them. SP's continue to get Void Bolts in, as it does quite a bit of damage towards Alenzi. Quick poly onto the Shadow Piece of Alenzi. Continue to check out big G-Pies. It happens sometimes when you get a long lag and then DC. Oh, that's unfortunate then. Yeah, still unfortunate. SP does not get it with that shackle by some reason. Alenzi just sitting next to the Siphon trying to cast a fireball into it. It looks like does kill it. The Siphons have quite a bit of health nowadays. Ring of Frost around the corner for Alenzi. SP is looking to get around the corner. Flash cut, maybe Alenzi can interrupt it. Does not get the interrupt, but is going to be able to go for shift to power in hopes to land an interrupt to reduce the cooldown a little faster versus SP. Literally go shift to power just to get CD reduction. That's going to be SP with full pads. Going to be combustion available for Alenzi. SP with a greater fade is going to go for a silence while cleansing all the buffs from Alenzi. Continue to get the dots rolling. Alenzi is in a bad spot. Cauterizes up and running. The pets are on him. Gets himself a shield. Into maybe invis, but he's continuing to burn out the pet's ice block. Oh! Is that going to be greater to dispel? Maz's spell is up into Alenzi. No health at all. Siphon catches him with a channel around the corner. Does get himself the last bits of shields. The last remnants of a shield. At 13-minute mark, 53% dampener. Shadowman's really quickly up for SP. As Alenzi just looking for a reset. Does it get food? Are they eating? They're eating! You can actually see the mana bun in the paw of the fox when they're in soul shape. Also, are you a Night Elf or Nightborn? I think you're a Night Elf. I was gonna say Night Elf or Nightborn, but I think it's a CM Alliance. Gonna be Alenzi taking lots of damage. SP looking to get some big blasts in there. Gonna be that all the time for Alenzi. Does not get it dispelled some way, somehow. Trinket out of the CC from SP. Gonna be Pets joining the fight for the Shadow Piece. I think the Pets are gonna do work. Shifting power is all Alenzi has. As the Kevin Slime and the Mages are rounding the bench, she'll be able to get a couple blasts in there. Alenzi with that Shadow Meld. I believe they still have some dots on them though. Triple shield, but still the dots are continuing to just rot away at those prismatic barrier, the frost barrier, and the fire barrier. As Alenzi looking to pick up some food, but SP, as soon as he sees him eating, it just starts waddling at him. Alenzi with yet another blink, trying to prolong this duel as best as possible. Maybe they still have a chance. They just need one more combustion chance, one more opportunity. Maybe get interrupted on Shadow for SP, and then go full combustion and blast him out. That's the only chance that they have. No ice block. Maybe a set of images. Wait, images look like they're dimmed out for you. Kind of weird looking. You see that? The images as a defensive, it looks like it's dimmer than Jihad Gods. Pretty weird. SP with a Greater Fade gets a Fear onto a Lindsay Dots and the Siphon. That's going to be most likely a full set of pets down onto a Lindsay. Does have a trick, blink for it into the silence. No way to respond to the silence. Trying to soul shape out of there. All the dots into Shadow or Death. And SP is going to be able to take down that Seed Pod. And he's going to be going down with Tagsy, I think, up next. So far, SP has been able to turn around. It looked like it was going to be an unwinnable game against the Rogue for a bit. But somehow the Rogue did get a DC, and SP is getting a chance, and he's taking the best chance he can here. With Tagsy going to be on his alt, a human. Oh, that's why he's an alt. An alt Warlock. This time he decided to make one on Alliance to play with some of the Alliance boys. But the gear is going to be most likely questionable for him. And back team is ready. Alright, Jesus, we'll get you up and running as soon as we can. Tagsy porting away, trying to get some dots out of SP is going to be a bit of a drain. And SP is loaded up with dots with at 67% dampener. Any kind of damage you do is going to be fundamentally huge. SP tried to heal through the damage. It looks like the dots are just continuing to blast him. And SP trying to mount out, but the curse of exhaustion is going to keep him slow. It's going to be Tagsy pushing in onto SP. Going to be that Greater Fade PI, and that's going to be SP with full Void Eruption. Tagsy with that Trinket as well as a wall. Siphon, that's going to be all the pets joining the fight. More to call at SP. Trying to get big damage on SP, but it's going to be a big execute. That was a lot of dot damage by the Warlock. If the Warlock had a bit of better gear, which it isn't all for Tagsy, not as geared as his main, it would have been a different story. Immediate disperse as the season lucky, then just going for an opener. Not even anything specific like Shadow Blades or anything big damage. Just a proper opener by the Rogue into a kidney shot. And that's going to be unlucky. Then trying to go for an interrupt, Ultra Health Force, and seeing him go for a Flesh Craft, 72% into the dual dampener. Going to be immediate to Health Force, and that's going to be unlucky. Trying to go for the millions of damage. Health Force, and he hits it with a blind. Going to be immediate to cheap shot on, kidney shot onto unlucky. Trinkets and evasion. And Health Force has a blind if he needs to. Cheap shot after the advantage. Trying to get the most damage on Unlucky. Loaded him up with dots. Kidney shot by Unlucky. Needs to turn this around right now. Does he have the damage? Health Force got full dots onto Unlucky. Could be anyone's game. Going to be a blind onto Unlucky. And Hellforcer should be able to get himself full reset. Cloak of Shadows was used. Unlucky isn't stealth. Does Hellforcer get him out? He doesn't. Oh, it does still somehow get him out anyway. Kidney shot to follow. That's going to be full dots onto Unlucky, but looks like cheap shot and Eviscerate takes him out. And that's going to be trying to go for a bit of CC onto Troop. Troop going for a Trinket into a Touch of Death. Jihad God charges in. It's going to be a big of a left sweep by Troop Monk into full BDB burst. Polymorph out of Jihad with a creep by. As the images were doing quite a bit of damage off of that, off the BDB. Going to be Jihad at no health at all, and Troop Monk just taking him out. That was probably some of the fastest duels at the end. It was a very, very long setup, long duels for a while, but towards the end, when there's no healing, it sped up Mach speed. Alrighty, boys, let's get another one up and running. Get Jesus in here, and Jesus, as I promised, we'll get you 2 games back to back. See, we're supposed to be up next, but you didn't really get to. Chrysler is ready. Yo, we got to get Anto in here. And then we'll go Jesus versus Chrysler and then Athaman. That one new. All right, we'll get you up and running. Do we have that many groups? That many? Oh my God, boys, let's go. All right, let's get Jesus and Anto. Anto been waiting for a bit. Chrysler just got a group. I want to get Anto since a lot of his team didn't get a chance. And then Chrysler, since his group is ready, we'll get you up and running. Jesus is going to go twice because Jesus was supposed to go there. So I already said I'm going to have Jesus go twice back to back. Just because I want to be fair to him, and we're going to get quick duels out of here. Unless it's going to be like that duel just now. I don't know how quick they're going to be, but we're going to try to make them quick. At least we'll queue them quick. You know what I mean? This is great duels, man. Yeah, they're really close. The first one against the Rogue, the back and forth, I thought was awesome. It was tense because it was like a really evenly matched. It's really, really sad that Dermo didn't get to play it out and got DC'd at the end. Because like there's no way this man would just stop his burst and then just like stood still and then press cloak. I don't think that man was trolling or nothing. I think something definitely happened, though. That was not intended. Definitely something went wrong, because that guy wanted to play. Like, otherwise, if you really just wanted to give up, he wouldn't press close. That man was trying to play the game, and I guess maybe only a certain amount of his responses were even going through. No idea what happened. Somebody team in Mage and Rogue was taking my eye and I couldn't chase the Rogue. Yeah, boys, if you guys are not dueling, don't take the eye. Maybe you want to take the eye to see what the enemy is. Like, oh, what is the Rogue? Like, yeah, like I can't see it, but I want to see it. Leave the eyes for the guys that are dueling, because they might need it in order to win duels. Yeah, so don't take the eyes if you guys can help it, okay? Please be nice. Please be kind. You know what I mean? Switch. Wolf is going to be first up over on Team 2 versus Papa Come Back. Papa. I remember this guy. Papa. His name is literally Papa Come Back in Russian letters. Wolf and Papa. Papa getting hit with a stun. Immediate trinket as he goes in for more damage versus Wolf. Wolf with a bestial wrath. You got the feral druid, which is one of the strongest. Wait, what is this? Wolf with a dire hawk trying to lure Papa into this dire hawk AoE area. Papa doesn't really want to play in there at all. Trying to see if he can approach. Wolf is going to drop down a freezing trap with a quick oopsie. Accident to drop more trap. Quick scare beast, so the Papa is going to shift out of that form. At least forces the druid to spend like an off global cooldown to shift forms, sorta. It's like an OCG, but it's not quite an OCG. Gonna be a quick chain onto Wolf as he is just completely locked down in himself. Might have to go for a turtle shell, waiting to go for a bit of a healing. Is gonna drop down the dire hawk onto Papa. Is the dire hawk the play now? Does that thing do a lot of damage nowadays? What is going on? I almost never see hunters play. It looks like Wolf was trying to get a chain of malediction onto Papa himself, but couldn't quite do it as Papa hit him with a maim. Quick freezing trap as Wolf dives into a camo, takes off all of his dots for a second, and is going to keep a hunter's marker to Papa. And the druid should be able to count himself a regrowth. Papa Wolf going for a full fleshcraft, sticking with the Necrolord guns, and looks like Papa is able to find them. As Wolf is going to set it's all up and running. Going to be Papa trying to go for a Cyclone. Should be able to get a clone into Wolf. Maybe potentially a Fleshcraft. Looking for regrowth. He's trying to get Wolf to maybe trinket. He knows he could go for a Fleshcraft any time though. I think that's why he's doing it. He's trying to cast it in his face. Gets disrupted. Bear form Fleshcraft. He's ready for it. Wolf is going to drop down the dire hawk. Is Papa going to stay in there? Stun? Does the hawk do damage actually? Because he's spinning around. He's supposed to be doing damage, but I don't know how much. Somebody sent me a screenshot of his damage. Like, I want to see how hard Dire Hawk hits throughout all his duels, whether Wolf wins or not. Freezing trap onto Papa as he goes in for a big old bite. His face looking kind of crooked when you think about it. Like the top jaw and the bottom jaw are kind of just misaligned. Quick cyclone by Papa as Wolf is going to send the pets on to the druid into a fleshcraft. No trinket available for the hunter. And I think Papa, maybe the first time he's trying to see maybe he can get a trinket out of him. And then realize, I don't think this man has a trinket. There's a good chance everybody's running S Arena. Or maybe even like a new Gladius, which probably doesn't show 5 enemy players, only 3, because, you know, 5v5 arenas isn't a thing. Gonna be another Dire Hawk. Wolf get a hit with a maim. Could be dead for him. The Papa is gonna end up taking him out, roaring out of there as G-Funk charging in as another Necrolord. This time as a survival hunter, huge two-hand sword, throwing down the Death Chakram into Papa immediately. Death Chakram is gonna put a debuff where Papa is gonna take more physical damage, as there are gonna be grenades as well as the pet charging at him. The pet is actually doing quite a bit of damage around the corner. Gonna be a quick maim by Papa as he's looking to get away from G-Funk. But it's gonna shift in bear form with a frenzy regen. G-Funk got himself sealed damage rolling, damage available. But looks like Papa should be able to avoid him long enough for Coordinator Assault to fall off. Quick flash cut by G-Funk. Wants to maintain his offensiveness here. Scare Beast onto Papa, letting it happen. As it's going to be ability for G-Funk while Papa is running and fleeing in fear. So at least be able to put up all the dots. Grenades, surfacing. He's able to do all that while waiting out for cooldowns. Papa is going to get a Cyclone as well, a couple quick regrowths. No dampening just yet. So he's able to get a lot of healing. Thorns are up as he's engaging with G-Funk. G-Funk tried to maybe go for a Scare Beast. Does it get interrupted? Papa actually shifted out of it into a quick bash of G-Funk, loading him full of dots. That is going to be a full pets available. G-Funk removing all the bleeds really quickly. That is still swarm on him, but at least for Papa, a lot of the damage is going to fall off. Big bites of G-Funk to follow. G-Funk with the Battle Master's Trinket as well as Exhilaration. Get himself as much healing as possible. Shackles Malediction to follow. Looks like it's going to be Turtle Shell for G-Funk. Does avoid the quick roar by the bear. That is going to be Frenzy Regen and a wall used by Papa. So he's actually running on fumes defensively. He is also playing Renewal, which is different than what everybody else does as a druid. I think most druids play for the leap, but for Papa, that is going to be a lot of healing. Every time he gets to use that, what, a 2-minute cooldown? 3-minute cooldown? No, there's no way it's 3-minute cooldown. Like a 1.5 minute cooldown at most, right? And Papa's still holding on to that flash gift. He could use it anytime he needs to. You could just get interrupted on nature and you'll be okay. Bear form, maybe you can go for flesh cut behind the pillar. Try to go for maybe a regrowth. Bear form up and running. Frenzy reaches. It's letting him get some healing. Quick roll to G-Funk. Cyclone. Does G-Funk have a trinket? I don't think he does. And Papa is going to get himself a full flesh cut. Is that with a Battle Master trinket or just the bear form? Because this man is playing Shackles. So most likely he's playing normal trinket Shackles. He's not benefiting from a giga health increase. He's getting some health from bear form, but he's not going for like a really big health increase. So only 30% of his health is going to be shield. G-Funk putting the cat on ice is going to try to go for a Scare Beast. Is going to get him to power shift out of form. But for the most part, G-Funk is kind of behind Unless he maybe goes for a bit of a self-heal with a manic bandages. That's really all he's got. Quick feint that does give him a little bit of help here. Trying to go for a cast, maybe gets interrupted by Papa. Maim as G-Funk's Fear comes out as he's playing a many soul bind Skull Bash onto the Flesh Scout. It's going to be a Scarab Beast. G-Funk has no health at all. The dots are ticking out on him. I think this man might be dead to dots. Trying to go for manic bandage. Going to be no camo, nothing. And Papa takes him out with a couple of Moonfires. Hard to see, but the Moonfires were there. Anto charging in, got himself the parasail. Looking lovely, dude. Oh, look at you. Oh yeah, didn't Torrent? No, it's High Mountain Torrent that got more customization. I was gonna say, didn't the Torrent get more customization? But it wasn't these guys. It was the other ones. The ones that Anto can't be. Feral Druids are still really nutty in 915, boys. It's gonna be quick. I was gonna say Mortal Coil. Maim by Papa with a quick mobility out of Anto with a Hand of Freedom as well as Pony Up. Looks like he's taking quite a bit of damage there in the opener. Skull Bash by the Feral Druid. Anto, is he playing Flesh God by any chance? Is it Necrolord? Most likely as a Kyrian. Could go for Sipping Up in order to clear all the bleeds. It looks like there's going to be yet another Cyclone. Papa should be able to get himself a reset, but instead Anto just leaves. Doesn't even get really a chance to fight, just left immediately. Interesting. Mogdem is going to be up next. Is this the man to shatter this victorious reign by the Feral Druid? Mogdem just kind of let himself get bit up. He's just spinning in circles, I guess, letting his Flesh Cup just get through. Is he just messing with the Feral? You're just waiting for something? He's just running in circles? I don't understand. He's going to get himself the banner, avatar, and just dancing. And then leaves. Embargo is the last one. Do they just not want to deal the Feral? Is that what's going on? Huh. First time Anto gets to play and he bails immediately after 2 Cyclones. I think Pop probably figured out the best way to be a Paladin. Just hit him with a couple of clones. Embargo is the last one left. This is going to take a bit of damage from the Feral. Thorns are up. Has to play it very defensively. Kidney shot with a Flesh Cut real quick. While Battle Master Trinket is up. Trying to get himself the biggest shields possible to deal with the Feral. Grapple hooking away. Trying to keep the dots rolling. Papa is going to send the Swarm over in Embargo. Going to be advantaged by the Rogue. No, Clunker Shot is by the Rogue to break the chain. And it's going to get up in melee with the Feral. Got himself a Roll the Bones. I don't even know which boast he's got. Hard to tell. You can kind of see the icons in sometimes. Feral, Necrolord Feral is just too much. They did nerf the Necrolord Feral a little bit. They nerfed the healing of Necrolord Feral from Fleshcraft, Hots, as well as Regrowths. And they did nerf Fleshcraft itself to 30% of their health instead of 40%. But I can see it. I can still see it. Yeah, it's probably still pretty frustrating to fight against it. Especially if they end up playing like super clean. Flying onto the Feral, Trinkets out of it. Maybe Embargo can make something happen. Going for a Kidney Shot. But looks like he's playing it very defensively. Finally able to get in melee. Finally able to maybe put some pressure as the Thorns is down. Quick maim onto Embargo. Does he have any more defensives? And Papa continuing just to waddle at Embargo. The pistol shots come out. Quick Skull Bash and a bite. I guess that's technically 1v5. Mogdem didn't even try to fight this guy. Alright. Well, I guess we gotta get, since there was a quick one, let's get Jesus up and running next. Because I did say Jesus will get 2 chances. Jesus versus Chrysler, yeah. I think Chrysler team might be ready. Look at Anto dueling somebody else. Tagsy, Boy, and Atha gotta duel one another. Somebody gotta duel each other. Looks like Athaman versus one of them. Jesus and Chrysler. Yo, Jesus, let me know if you're ready, my guy. Because I'll send you versus Chrysler immediately if you still have your team. Because your team definitely needs another chance, dude. Because barely anybody gets to play. Let's be honest there. Only the Feral. Only the Feral gets to play. Papa just making everybody leave. Normally Papa is the one that leaves, dude. Goes out for cigarettes and how everybody's leaving Papa instead. What's the song just playing? I can link you the mix we were listening to. I'm not sure if we'll be able to link you the song that was just playing, but if you're talking about this one, then I can link it. It was funny, whatever. I was just PvP G-Funk. I was going to sleep. There was some weird shit happening. What's up, Lloyd? How you doing, my man? I watched the PvP G-Funk. I was going to sleep. Yo, hopefully G-Funk will get a couple more games in. Here we go. Sentry, my man! Okay, we got to get Athaman. We got to get Sentry. We got to get Boy against one another. I think maybe we'll do Athaman versus Boy. We got to get Sentry in there immediately. I want to get you guys playing different people. So we'll do the very best we can. Versus Boys, yo, we'll get Boy in there as soon as we can. Soon as, how you doing, my guy? Search 5V5 1V1 custom. There we go, you guys. If you got a group and you're looking for more advertisers in the chat, there's usually somebody in the chat that's looking to join. And if you're advertising in chat, this should be able to find you, hopefully. Direhawk trick shots are cool, but that's RBGs. Oh wait, that's volley. Okay, well, I need to look at Direhawk, see what kind of damage it does for Wolf. I do wonder if that's like a mainstay of the sounds or just something you want to try here in Duels. How are we doing today? Celtic, we're doing good, my guy. We're on time in the Duels. Druids OP. Druids are still pretty strong. They did nerf their self-healing, but they didn't touch their damage, so they're still going to be very scary damage-wise. But hopefully we'll get the team Jesus. We'll get 2 Ferals. Well, hopefully we'll get maybe not Pop at first, you know what I mean? Switch. Got ourselves team Feral Lion with Jesus in the back. We got Kiosko hanging out in the back over here with Papa mounted up, and it's going to be Eleganten. First up, oh my goodness, look at this guy. Dude, the beard, the glasses, just a normal mog. Oh, that looks awesome. Troop Monk is going to get hit with a G-Pie as Fireball comes out right after Eleganten, trying to just get a melee with Troop Monk. Hits him with a Nova, as it's going to be Lexi. Blinks are available. Troop Monk, I think, missing that BDB. Trying to go for an in-cap until Eleganten is not going to be able to do much as the ultra time is there. You can always just reverse any kind of damage that Troop Monk does just like that. Just immediately reverses it. Does get himself a triple shield as soon as he reverses his health. It just puts himself, just basically nullifies and makes it so that damage as if it never happened. Troop Monk out of this ball to get a hit with a fireball. Carrion Blast is going to be coming out, trying to get a Radiant Spark rolling. Troop Monk with a Fits of Fury, trying to go for Vivifies. Does he get interrupted on Vivifies? I think he's trying to get interrupted on Vivifies, just so he can go for a Flush Cup. I think it's exactly what he was trying to do. Go behind the pillar, and most likely going to be a full Flush Cup, right? What was it, Flush Cup and cooldown? I think I was trying to see if he could maybe Flush Cup in front of him. But I think Flush Cup might be on CD. Or maybe he decided, you know what, I'll save Flush Cup for later. There's got to be a reason he was trying to do it, right? He was trying to bait it on purpose. Eleganten took the bait. I guess he was confused, like, wait, I guess I'll interrupt you. I mean, I guess. Or maybe Troop Monk was thinking that, you know what, I can just cast in front of him, I'll be okay. BDB is up, Eleganten blinks past it, does have ultra time in case. Lots of damage comes out for Troop Monk, is going to expect it. Good always ultra time as soon as his health gets low. Quick Nova, and Troop Monk is going to Chakras Lust himself out of that Nova as another blink comes out for Eleganten. This is going to be a Troop Monk rolling in with a jab. Ring of Frost is up. This is going to get frozen. Eleganten could potentially go for Big G Pie. Trinket out for Troop Monk. So now he will no longer have a way to break CC. Another Nova, but looks like he's just going to spam Vivifies in front of his face. Eleganten at least gets himself at least the Blazing Barrier available. Maybe goes for an interrupt. I think Troop Monk is again trying to get interrupted on Vivify. Trying to go for real Vivifies, but is trying to get interrupted. Eleganten playing that relentless so he doesn't sit that in cap for long. So that it's going to be slightly shortcut Flesh Craft. Another G-Pie with a fireball blasting through the Flesh Craft shield. It is just a massive just green swirl of necromantic magic from the souls of the slain, but it doesn't really hold off to him. Like a zombie burning to flames, the Flesh Craft just burns up to the greater pyroblast with a fireball to follow. Quick interrupt as a spear hand strike jabs Eleganten right in the throat. He's unable to get the cast. He's unable to get the magical incantations off. As an ultra time does put him at critical low health, could be in a bad spot. Blinking away, the barrier is going to help him. Sipping up from the Kyrian just to get a bit of more health with a fresh set of shields. Trying to go for Poly onto Troop Monk. Looks like he's going to be able to interrupt him. Going to be that ring of boopity bop out of there. Be able to boop Eleganten now. Try not to go for a Spearhead Strike. Misses Spearhead Strike. Actually, Eleganten finally will be able to go for a full polymorph. Finally able to polymorph the enemy. Use all the defenses he could to try to keep himself alive. Quick G-Pie. No Flash Cup this time around. Full Kyrian Burst. Troop Monk is going to karma through it. Trying to go for Diffuse Magic. And Eleganten trying to blink in aggressively. Trying to maybe max out that damage while combustion is up. Troop Monk played so defensively. Karma as well as Diffuse Magic. So not only is he reversing damage back to Eleganten, he's also reducing damage he's taken that's reversing back to Eleganten. He's just trying to stay super safe. I guess it is a 1.5 minute CD for the both of them. Trying to Fist of Fury and Eleganten, not going to be able to do it as the mage drops down a Rune of Power. But Troop Monk isn't going anywhere. I think he's basically just trying to drop down Rune of Power, maybe see if he gets interrupted on it. So maybe he can go for fire damage as the mage finally starts walking out of the Troop Monk, getting those jabs that continuously charge him to the enemy. Quick poly out of Eleganten, does get himself a full set of shields. That is going to be a Fire Blast, a G-Pie Greater Pyroblast into a Fireball. Meteor slamming down into Troop Monk. Maybe lots of damage. Fire Blast flying. Gonna be a Nova as Troop Monk does get a slow as well as a root. Onto Legaten, hits him with a leg sweep, potentially could be all the time if he gets to use it fast enough. Looks like Legaten is kind of lowish on health, is going to get himself triple shields, waiting for all the time until a little bit later, as Troopmonk is able to get himself some freebie damage. Quick breath onto Troopmonk as well. It's going to be a freeze onto the kitty, but Troopmonk somehow evades that freeze, and is going to get himself a flash scaft. As the mage kind of stuck out in the open, not a lot he could really do against Troopmonk for a bit. As the monk just got mobility, he got the CC for days with leg sweeps. Ring of Peace to boop the mage out of the way into an in cap. There's just so much, and Legaten has to be very, very careful. It's going to drop down Rune of Power, trying to empower those greater fire blasts, and a fireball does break through a flash cap. Quick karma by the monk, really early karma. Legaten making sure he gets himself all the time. It is going to be able to alter time back to where he was with his full health, but Troopmonk's kind of standing next to where he's going to be. Maybe to get a leg sweep, maybe to get a root on him. Tigers loves to get out of the root into a breath to follow. This is going to be a full poly by Legaten. Finally able to get a full poly. Fire blast, pyro blast, everything available. Radiant Spark is going to be up next. Big combustion, trying to send the most amount of damage. Troopmonk does go for diffuse magic. Interrupt by Legaten, and it looks like Troopmonk has nothing to follow up with. No flash craft or nothing, but he got the mobility. Quick in cap around the corner as Legaten tries to round the bend, tries to keep the pressure. So Troopmonk was able to avoid a lot of the combustion, blinking away from BDB. That is still images that are going to require a substantial amount of damage for Troopmonk, but Legaten at least is avoiding that BDB overlapping all that burst on top of it, so should be able to live it. Man, the mobility out of these two, dude. Legaten trying to blink away. Troopmonk just uses it for his jab, and he just covers so much distance. Like, I feel like with this kind of Lego that monks have, together with Serpent Kick as well as rolls, like, there's no way of getting away from them. You can't choose to be away from a monk. Like, you literally can't just choose, like, you know what, I want to keep you at distance. No, you don't get that option. Monks are like, you know what, nah, I just press jab from a mile away. Which is just insane. Monks just have incredibly good mobility. And looks like the monk left? What? You're kidding me. You gotta be kidding me. After all that, the monk gives up? Oh, I just complimented him too. I guess mages just have a little bit more patience compared to a monk. Couldn't kill the guy for so long. It's like, wait, I'm supposed to be winning. I'm supposed to be the most mobile. This mage can be beating me in mobility. I quit, I guess. I don't understand. Why quit? I think he would have had a chance, but I guess he just didn't want to do it. We're diving into that 70-minute mark. Asuma is going to be up next. We are dropping into the 12% dampener. Asuma open up with a 3-shot immediate blink for Legaten, combos it with a Breath Nova onto the Rogue Smoke Bomb as he denies the poly. Mage trying to get in melee of Asuma, is getting stabbed a little bit. Just has a backup out of there. Doesn't want to polymorph from Wall Smoke Bomb. This was a backup. The monks have a slow. They do. They have disable. And if you press disable, when your enemy is slowed, it'll send a root. I think he was trying to make those roots happen, but Legaten has blinks. He got the breath, he got the Nova, and this man got the all the time, and he plays it properly. So you can survive or run away from the monk's burst. Big G Pie with a fireball to combo. Asuma trying to make some plays here. Gonna be immediate blink by Legaten into a kidney shot to follow. Asuma is gonna see the mage with the all the time. He's gonna try to see if they can backpedal out of there. Nova up next with the Legaten as he's continuing to get fireballs into Asuma as much as possible. Phoenix turns to chase him, try to get his fire blast in there. Asuma does, I think, go for a pickup of the buff from Pelagos. It's like a doubtful buff. Kidney shot onto Legaten, who's got a human racial out of it. Breath onto Asuma with a Ring of Frost. No more trigger for the rogue. He's kind of frozen, flying up in the air, freezing, trying up with the ice. He's like, too cold, too cold. A Jeep by with a fireball flying at Asuma into a blind. Legaten could maybe ice block it if he wanted to. It looks like Asuma should be able to get himself a reset. Looks like no, apparently not. Legaten does break out of the blind early enough, and Asuma isn't able to get a proper reset. Getting a shot onto Legaten, does go for the curing setup. The Eviscerates are going to do a ton of damage. Does he get the biggest combo of Eviscerates? He needs to land on those empowered calm points if he wants to make it happen. Breath by Legaten with a Radiant Spark to follow. Couple Fire Blasts. Asuma does go for advantage. That's going to be dots taking down on him. Like, Radiant Spark itself and Fire Blast are going to do work. The Master is going to burn him. They got a blink around the corner, couple Fire Blast, Pyro. Is that enough damage? Asuma does get himself a sippy cup. Is it going to be enough, though? Does get himself a reset as the images are chasing after the rogue. He still has a Master burning on him, but looks like the dots are off. It looks like Legaten is going to have to pick up the eye immediately. Asuma needs to go for food as soon as possible, or any kind of heals. He's just trying to stay in stealth. Not even playing the Soothe the Darkness talent by the looks of it. Or is he? He is getting a passive heal, so he has to be playing Soothe the Darkness. No, he has to be. Nova by the mage as if he knew where he was going to be. Brad into Ring of Frost does have a trinket in with a cloak. Asuma's going to have to make a play into a trinket. Try to go for a dance into a Shadow Strike to follow. Try to use the ultimate ability to stay up and chase after Legaten is going to be there all the time. In case the mage gets super low, there's going to be Legaten with Cauterize. Wait, Asuma burned and blasted through himself, actually forcing out Cauterize out of a Legaten. Even though he had that all the time. My god, the amount of bursts out of this rogue out of nowhere. That Kyrian setup is massive damage. When you hit with common points, 2 common point eviscerate, the game treats it as a 7 common point eviscerate. With the crits, that is so much damage. And Legaten actually did get one of his main defenses burnt through, and he didn't even expect it. Trying to pick up the eye as Asuma, chilling behind the pillar, could go for food. I actually no, they can't. None of the. I guess he does have a Warlock House from Kreisbad. But they don't have a mage in their team. And Legaten trying to get a couple fire blasts. Going to be marked for death by Asuma, going for another Kyrian burst. They have the damage they need. Trying to get the eviscerates in. Cheap shot onto Legaten. Trying to keep him CC'd a bit. Into more damage after. Breath by Legaten into a poly. Rune of Power. Ring of Frost. So the rogue, even if he tries to run away, he's going to get slowed. Pyroblast into Fireball. Does he have a big combustion to follow? That's a lot of damage. Not even a combustion. Asuma goes for the most amount of healing as soon as they can. I think it was a Sippy Cup with the Kyrian Sippy Cup on top of it. That is a mastery from the Fire Mage that's still burning him. Das getting himself a bit of a reset. And this is going to go for the opener onto Legaten. Legaten, I think, goes for a normal blink into a Kindle shot to follow off of that cheap shot. Going to be there all the time immediately. As it's got a lone health, he's got all the time early just to make sure he's all good. Couple fire blasts into Asuma. Does he have enough damage? Going to be those images applying a frostbolt slow. That's going to be Asuma actually get himself a vanish reset. And Legaten looking for him as best as he can, sabbed by the rogue. So unless Legaten can just find where the rogue is at just randomly, it's going to be a little bit rough. Sap again. And Asuma should be able to get a proper opener. Cheap shot blinks out immediately. Going to be Shadow Strike, Kindle shot to follow. The longest stun he has is that Kindle shot, but even Relentless doesn't give you that much of an option. Legaten super low on health, does have to use an ice block. Actually breaks it immediately. Asuma trinkets out of it. Radiant Spark up by the mage. It looks like trying to make the most damage happen as a combustion does get used. But Asuma does end up taking him out. Man, the amount of damage this rogue does as a Kyrian is insane. Oh, did he get swiped? I think he might have got hit by Brutus last while his shield was up, but I don't think the bleed hit him. Huh. Interesting. Interesting. Gonna be Feral Line, going for a quick roar. Stun to Asuma with the Convoke the Spirits. Is that gonna be enough? Blind onto the Feral. No trinket. Asuma lived this. Are the bleeds big from Convoke? Not the biggest bleeds. Not the biggest. But they did do a bit of damn. Asuma still has bleeds on him though. Feral Line trying to see if he can get on him. Ooh, quick sap as rogue just jumps into stealth, leaping around. Feral Line boops him right in the head with a sap. I always think sap is like a bludgeon across the head, just knock the enemy out. That's how I view it. Kindle shot onto Feral Line. Full Kyrian burst. Bark skins. Is that going to be enough though? Is that Bark skin going to save you? Cheap shot to follow. Asuma has evasion if they need to. Do they go for that evasion? Main by the Feral. Getting the full blades up and running. Big bite into Asuma. Wait, if only he evasioned that early enough, he would have been okay. Now Asuma's health is back up to being critical. Going to be Feral Line with full wall. Asuma just continuing to get as many finishes as they can. Doesn't need to get himself a sippy cup as soon as possible. Small bomb trying to get rid from Feral. Bash. Does the Feral have enough? Maybe a cheap shot by Asuma. Into a Kindle shot. Do they have enough damage? Maybe potentially Feral Line is super low in health. Could be anyone's game at this point. Oh, and Asuma does end up taking him out with an eviscerate at the end. And Papa come back is going to be up next. Papa bashing up on Asuma is going to be very DR'd. Asuma could maybe go for a vanish, but Papa got some bleeds on him. Asuma looking to get aggressive, maybe get a sap onto Papa. It looks like the shields are going to fall off in a second and is going to mount up. Maybe can go for a reset. Papa, re-stealth already. Try to swipe out Asuma out in the open. Not going to be able to find him. Maybe that could be a sap. Asuma looks like might have gotten tagged by one of the bleeds, one of the shreds, one of the swipes. Is going to get himself a sippy cup. I think a Warlock Hellstone on top of it. 51% dampener. Full bleeds are up by Papa. Playing that Necrolord Feral. Asuma needs to blast through the defensives and blast through Papa as soon as they can. Cheap shot to follow. Trying to do the most damage, but the bleeds just rot him down. Riptide spam is going to be up next as an elemental shaman. Got himself full fleshcraft available and rolling. Quick main by the feral druid. Shackles of malediction. I'm trying not to go super far away, so Riptide has a hard time healing through it. Trying to heal through the shackles. It looks like his health is going to be completely DR'd. That's going to be stuns from the rogue. Still DR'd as Riptide trying to go for a bit of damn with a lasso. There's going to be a wall available. Trying to go for a bit of healing surges. Papa wants to go himself a skull bash, and the skull bash he's going to get. Maybe more bleeds for Riptide Sham. Riptide needs to go for a big burst proc setup. Try to maybe make some damage happen. Papa is going to go behind the pillar, get himself a reset. 56% dampening. Riptide tried to keep himself afloat as best as possible. Papa is going to charge him. The Earth Elemental joins the fight. Wall for Riptide. And Papa looking to get more bleeds up, more bites, back up, over and over, biting, continuing to do it. Lava burst, maybe? Papa living through that stun, living through the last. I keep swapping the wrong person. I'm so sorry. But Papa does get to survive the shaman at this high dampening. That is rough. Hunt's Bane is going to be up next. Is your name supposed to be like the Bane of Hunters? Is that what it's supposed to be? Potentially. 15 minutes into this duel, 60% dampening. And the Feral is just chilling in stealth. I don't know what that kind of trap was supposed to be. That was supposed to be a freezing trap or whatnot. Gonna be stunned by Hunt's Bane as he's just eating out all the damage. Ooh, I like your mug. Looking like a Magar Hunter. Looking like an Adrenal Orc, dude. With your pet and everything. I think he's got himself a full perfect mog. That's going to be full dots on a Huntsbane, though. And I think this boy is just dead. Crisbet charging in as a Necrolord. Destro Warlock stunned with a Mortal Coil around the corner. Going to be Papa. Quick Roar. And that's going to be a Fleshcraft. There's no way for Crisbet to interrupt it. Unless he maybe swaps out a pet. It looks like he's sticking with that Succubus for now. The Succubus will not be able to get CC on Papa while they're in cat form. You can't seduce a cat. But you can seduce a cat trying to get out of Night Elf form, trying to get himself a bit of a heal. And that's going to be Crisbet. Bonds will fall around the corner with the Cataclysm right after. Does Papa break the bonds? He does break the bonds. Into a quick Skull Bash into a maim. Will not be able to interrupt Crisbet anymore, as Crisbet does get himself a port. Fleshcraft still holding on as the Feral rips his claws and fangs, trying to puncture or bleed through Crisbet. He does nip him, but the Fleshcraft recovers and absorbs the pain, absorbs the damage away. And just keeps whoever summoned the Fleshcraft up, whoever conjured it, protected as best as possible. So Crisbet felt like, you're just getting tugged at. It's like going to the dentist while you're numbed up, you barely felt anything. Now I got a really bad image in my mind. I hate dentists. Am I the only one? Gonna be a fear maybe out of Crisbet, trying to make a fear happen. Gonna be Papa Trinket immediately. He does not want to get CC chain. He just wants to go behind the pillar, get himself a bit of a reset. He got some bleeds to the Crisbet. Gonna be Shadow Fury with an Infernal keeping him company. Bonds of Fell, and that's gonna be Crisbet going around the corner. Papa is just gonna take the damage. Got himself a little bit of a berry heal, but at 71% dampen, it's not doing anything. That Infernal is eventually gonna take you out. Papa literally turning around and slashing at the Infernal. Cataclysm around the corner. He's got limited health to work with. Barskin is up. He might be able to kill the Infernal, but his health is going to be extremely low. Like, he's just committing all that energy to try to maybe survive, try to get as many regrowths as he can, but there's actually just no way of doing it. It looks like the Infernal is going to get the final slap, and actually it's going to be Infernal with the Succubus getting the final few hits. Papa actually does die. I thought Papa was invulnerable. Jesus is going to be up next. Finally, Jesus gets a chance to play. Man, hell of a game. A long one. Today EU? Yes, it is Evil, right? EV. Evil? How you doing, my guy? Crisbet getting some dots into Jesus is going to Lichborn out of the fear. And Crisbet is just going to wait it out a little bit. Wants to approach Crisbet, but he's got to wait a bit. Crisbet has a bit of a shield to work with, but his health is behind. Any kind of damage you do right now without any immunities, any defenses you use, you better use them as early as possible. You're at that kind of a game where no healing can happen, Jesus especially. Your healing is just not going to happen whatsoever. Is going to get an interrupt onto the Succubus. Succubus seduction still happens around the corner. Succubus, didn't you just get interrupted? I thought Succubus got interrupted. Chaos Bolt for Jesus with a Cataclysm after is going to get an IBF. AMS was used really, really early. I guess he got blasted through. Mortal Coil as Crisbet doesn't set up a Decimating Bolt, does he? I don't think you finished that cast. I think you actually cancel it on yourself. As it's going to be a grippy hand for Jesus, trying to avoid that grippy hand. Crisbet is going to port all the way to the other side of the pillar as far as it can, making sure he doesn't take any free damage. And Jesus is going to get blasted while a Fleshcraft is building. And that's the smallest Fleshcraft possible. Burn right through with that Bonds of Fell, singe right through it. as the Fleshcraft tried to muster with the conjuration as best as it could, but the long duration of this duel, the fatigue is building on everybody, even those that haven't even been fighting. And through the fatigue, he could only muster so much of a shield. Gotta be Jesus sacrificing his pet. Whatever little life that thing can give you, it's also coming out fatigued. Everything in this duel is basically fatigued. The healing is limited with a dampener. And Kreisbet is just trying to make sure he has a good angle. He doesn't want to grip by Jesus. He's going to get himself a frustrated succubus Jesus with AMS. It's going to be reflect up for Kreisbet, sending a mortal coil at Jesus. It's going to be a decimated bolt to follow after the immolate. The next Incinerate's going to do a ton of damage. Grip by Kreisbet, and Jesus is going to get blasted with that Incinerate for a ton of his health. Deathpack, but honestly, that Deathpack just removes the amount of healing you can get. It barely gives you health to begin with. Silence on Kreisbet with a stun to follow. Kreisbet had to trinket it. Got himself a Fleshcraft, trying to get as much of a heal as possible with it. And Kiosko, last one left, I think, as a survival hunter? Oh, wait, isn't Kiosko? Weren't you like a Venti or a hunter the other time? Chaos Bolt getting loaded up by Kreisbet. It is going to crack right through the Fleshcraft so fast. Cataclysm to follow off of that stun. Kiosko taking a big hit of damage in the opener. Is going to get a separate sting onto Kreisbet. Kreisbet is in a lot of health pain as well. Gonna be that chimeric poison onto Kreisbet, trying to get away from the hunter as the silence is on him, walling the stun off. That's gonna be the chakra bouncing between the succubus and the warlock. Quick mortal coil into Kiosko. He doesn't have a trinket for it. Quick freezing trap as the fear does land. It looks like the Kiosko actually got himself in a good spot. He could potentially take Kreisbet out. Kill shot to follow. Succubus CC, decimated bolt by Kreisbet into an incinerator after. Does he get to burn and incinerate? It does connect as he ported. Kiosko with no health whatsoever. Manic bandages. The slime is next to him, spitting into his hands as he's trying to bandage himself, and then continue to spit at him. Oh my goodness, Kreisbet landing that conflagrate around the corner. 20-minute duel, Kreisbet with him, 3-0, dude. Well played. That rogue with a big Kyrian setup. Kreisbet somehow narrowly survived it, landing that decimatable incinerate combo, just putting himself ahead. Crazy. Gabriel? Quick question, is Horde just trash now? I haven't won a single BG. I'm done damage or in the BG. I don't know about that, dude. Everyone can have a good game or a bad game. Let's get another duel up and running, boys. That was a long one. Alright, Jesus already played. Kreisbet played. Atho, Sentry, we gotta get you playing. Boy, we got you playing again. Tagsy, I don't know if he has a group or not, but we got you playing again as well. If we can do Atho, I think Athoman's been a while since he played, right? Athoman played once at the very beginning. So I guess we'll do Athoman and Sentry. 188, I think it says. Yeah, 188. Yeah, boys, sorry, these games are long. I know so many of you guys who are having to wait. Maybe these games will speed up. I know a lot of you are having to wait. We'll go for longer if you guys want me to. We can have these duels for a little bit longer so you guys can really get all the games out of your system. That Warlock Pog, yeah. If only that Warlock got to play before the dampening really ramped up. I feel like as soon as a Pharaoh joins the duel, the games is looking like a ramper. A big ramper. Let's get another one up and running, boys. And yeah, let's group music, guys. If they do, they'll probably be advertising in the chat. The monks have a slow, they do, yeah. You please delete everyone and let me play. My eyelids are about to close at night. Yo, Abdi, which character are you, my guy? EU on Friday, Saturday is US. Yep, US is Saturday. Be there tomorrow if you're NA. If you want to join a set of duels tomorrow. That should be really fun. Boy, I waited 15 minutes. Which group are you with, Abdi? I'll get you as soon as I can. I knew it wouldn't last. Yeah, Sarge. Which one were you, guy? Which one were you? Were you the hunter? Any Alliance group? Yeah, if you guys have any questions of groups who's looking, check the chat. There'll be advertising in there. But also you can check LFG posts for 5v5 in a custom. I waited 1 hour. Boy was first. Okay, I'll get Boy in as soon as I can. Which looks like Arhi's team is missing one, but hopefully they'll be able to load in. As Arhi charging in, it looks like Fazal is going to be first competitor. Fazal not even getting too much of a chance to set up. That's going to be avoiding that stun totem around the corner. Arhi still getting big damage blasted into Fazal. Either way, Mortical sending him out of the way. Trying to see if he can deny the Decimated Bolt. Decimated Bolt still goes through. Or he could be in trouble. No more trinket nor wall. Fazal could go for big Decimated Bolts. Or he can try to heal through as much as possible while standing next to all the pets. He does have the Earth Elemental on top of all these pets. Fazal, for some reason, his Tyrant stopped casting in the last second. That's going to be another knockdown onto Arhi as he keeps leading the Shaman into the Fellord, into a fear right after Drain left to follow. And looks like Fazal's going to be going down. Barely near health. There was so much damage out of the both of them all at once. And Arhi somehow still survived it. Decimated bolt around the corner by Lucifer, sending the Demon Doggers versus Arheem. As another Demonology Warlock up next. Trying to get him up and running as fast as possible, yo. After, we'll get you duels as soon as we can, my guy. How does that sound? As soon as we can. And that's going to be another Tyrant as Archie is going to stun all these pets. He knows Lucifer has big Decimated Bolt set up around the corner. The lower your health is when you hit with a Decimated Bolt, the harder the abilities that Decimated Bolt empowers. It's so good. It is actually so good. Such a good Covenant ability for PvP. It is really strong. I mean, it's not Nightfade with the mobility, but it is really powerful. That's going to be big Decimated Bolts back to back. Lucifer does see the Shaman Juggernaut approaching him, trying to land a stun. Going to be the Thunder trying to disbalance Lucifer. He's just trying to get a cast off. Looks like no interrupt for this Fleshcraft as the Decimated Bolt comes out for Lucifer. Trying to get a few into Archie. Looks like he's going to go for the Tremor. Trying to sit the CC long at all. Decimated Bolt stun, and Archie could be in bad spot. All the pets are empowered. Massive Decimated Bolt, massive Chain Harvest for Archie with a wall, trying to keep himself afloat as best as he can. Lucifer hits him with a Mortal Coil. I think all the Demon Bolts have been used already, as he's continuing to build for an army of demons. Hand go down, spawning in more imps. The Felguard continues to do as much damage as he can. All the pets get hit with a stun. His wall comes out for Lucifer, and is going to be able to get himself a guaranteed fear through that wall with the Drain left onto Archie. Drain almost breaking that fear, but not quite. Stun by the Felguard, but looks like it is going to be heavily DR'd, or just super short because Archie is an orc. I think it was DR'd. Lucifer trying to get another fear. There's going to be quick wind shear by Archie. Lucifer needs himself whatever he can defensively. It's going to be Dark Back. Does get himself the Void Elf ratio rolling. I didn't even realize he was set up, but he's able to port away from Archie. Archie get interrupted by Lucifer as he tries to see if he can maybe Dora Shadows over to the Warlock. As the Warlock's health, it is shielded, but as soon as the shield falls off, that's it. That's his health. He can only do so much with it. Poking out around from the Tombstone, Lucifer is able to send in a Mortal Coil into a Decimated Bolt right after versus Archie. Sending out Demon Dog as Lucifer backing up out of there as Archie's in full ascendance, trying to see if he can wind strike through. Lucifer is chasing after him. He's going to be able to blast him down using whatever maelstrom he's got to get himself a little bit of healing, and not even going to give Nightsaber an opportunity to get himself a proper setup. Started to attack him immediately. Wall up for Archie. Chain Harvest. Nightsaber got himself full Lichborn rolling. Should be able to heal himself with Death Coils. But being a Death Knight, you only have so much in defense on his AMS as the Thunder comes out. Has an IBF. He's used every defensive to keep himself afloat. Trying to jump up on the side of the Tombstone. Archie just continuing to punish the Death Knight as best as he can. Nightsaber burning on a Death Pack just to give himself some health to work with so he can stay as aggressive as possible. And Archie get himself quite a bit of haze buff with Nigeria Soulbind. Glowing red, he's empowered, he's ready to go, could be lots of damage. A Nightsaber, not a lot of health, real left, trying to go for whatever heals, and Archie does crash lightning around him. Athel, man, gonna be up next again. Archie doesn't give these boys much of an opportunity, hits them with a Flame Shock, trying to keep the pressure rolling. He's trying to, I think he beat the game. He tried to make the fastest duel happen before the timer runs out into the dampener. I think as soon as the game gets into the dampening, we'll be in a really rough time. As Atherman trying to make some damage happen. Quick blind onto Archie. Does he get the biggest damage ever? Big damage out of nowhere. Archie does get himself a big heal. And he still drops down super low in health. Atherman just get the biggest burst possible out there. And a single global. What was that? Archie's Orc's health is just yo-yoing back and forth. But the man is still somehow alive. He's still surviving. I don't understand. And actually, it looks like it's shorting the damage on attention back to Atherman. As Athos sees his health just rapidly dropping for a second there, does go for a defensive heal. Archie burning through all his mana, trying to land a Hex into Athos, is able to do so. No adaptation to deal with it. Could have rebuked it, decided not to. And Archie just sitting in Ghost Wolf. I think he's trying to sit down and get whatever food, whatever mana he can get while in wolf form. Atherman is going to get himself another Blessing Stone by Archie though. Could potentially be a bubble out of the Paladin. Does himself Word of Glories. The lower his health drops, the more he heals for. And we're only 2% dampening, so it's going to be a full heal for now. Just get himself big recovery. Sunder as stun. Actually, only Hex can break the adaptation, can't it? So actually, Archie, whatever he gets Sunder stun totem onto Atherman, he actually will be able to do the full dam, I think. Atherman taking a bit of dam there is going to go more healing. Did use the Blessing of Autumn, which is going to give him cooldown reduction. And that's going to be a Blessing of Winter. all his attacks do extra frost damage. So consecration, actually every tick of consecration, which happens often, all of it comes with frost damage. That's not going to be as good as the burst out of Arhi though. Shadowlands with a shield of vengeance, trying to go for a little bit of self heals. Arhi with a full ascendance could potentially be massive damage. Blasting through a shield of vengeance, it just lets himself get blasted by that shield. Sunder onto Atha. Arhi takes a bit of damage from Atham as he's trying to be more measured. Big burst out of the Paladin. Chain Harvest by Arhi to help him recover fully. And Athaman using that wings in order to keep himself afloat as best as possible. Door of Shadows interrupted into a Hex. Is going to be adaptation. Break it. No. Apparently adaptation doesn't break it. You know why? He sundered him, which is an incapacitation effect. And then Poly is also an incap. So it's actually a shorter Hex. But it doesn't force out adaptation. That's why. Kind of crazy. It's going to be Blessing of Spring for Athaman. This blessing just whoever the target is. The target just takes more healing and does more healing. So it's just a purely defensive, purely self-survivability buff. I guess you could put it in a dungeon on the tank, and whoever heals the tank, they'll be healed for more. Or you can give it to the healer, who could heal the group, and they'll heal for more. I think you take more healing, then you dish out more healing with that blessing. But I could be wrong in that one. But it should give Athaman a little bit of survivability at a very, very man inexpensive, any Word of Glory just helps him recover more health. It is a big value in a duel. Another Hex by Arhi getting interrupted. Arhi could use the Door of Shadows if you want to get the hell out of there. Is he going to though? That is the question. Hex onto Atham is going to be adaptation. I guess maybe he just was trying to get adaptation out of him one way or another. Maybe so he can go for a Hex in the future. There's going to be a stun onto Atha. It's going to get hit as the Sunder comes out. Arhi, does he have any more damage besides Ghost Wolf? Athaman with a blind, but looks like he's playing it defensively. Could he use a blind as aggression? I think Athaman is waiting until he get wings together with Blessing of Summer. Just trying to combine his biggest burst together. Arhi is going to have a trinket, so Athaman needs to find a way to bust through the trinket, or get a trinket out of Arhi. If you could maybe get a Hodge right now and then wait out until the next set of Hodge, and then until the next go, then maybe he can make something happen. Or maybe just wait for another blind. Shadowlands up for Atham. Massive Chain Harvest from afar, and Arhi blasts through. The Chain Harvest just slips right through Athaman's body. The shield absorbs a lot of the punishment, but then overloads. Athaman got himself the Blessing of Summer. Could be potentially big damage. If Arhi does not have a proper defensive plan for this could be a lot of damage for Athaman. Just blast damage out of nowhere. Stun around the corner. Athaman with a Hodge. Full final wreck. Walls up for Arhi. Is it going to be enough though? Athaman trying to make the most damage happen. Does get himself a little bit of a heal. Trying to go for the most amount of damage from range. Maybe an interrupt over the Hex. Door Shadows is going to be up for Arhi. Does Athaman get to blast out the damage? Hand of Freedom is up. Arhi is going to be sitting on that wall. The wall is done. Hex onto Atha. It is going to break through adaptation. And Athaman's blessing damage did not really do as much as he wanted to, but he did get himself a lot of cooldowns forced out of Arhi. So maybe he could take the momentum forward as he can get himself a Blessing of Autumn, which is going to give him cooldown reduction. It means Wings comes back faster, Shield of Venus comes back faster, all his rotational abilities come back faster because so many of Paladin abilities are on cooldown, like Judgment, Crusader Strike, Blade of Justice, all that is up in CDs. And Athaman getting blasted, but Arhi is going to wait it out. Blind into Arhi as he's going to zip out of there real quickly. Flashlight around the corner as Arhi was blinded as a more of a defensive play by Atha, but also seeing a Shaman just charging at you in a full ascendance. It is rough. 9 minutes into this duel, 27% dampener. And this is the first competitor that Arhi is actually having to work on. Oh! Scratch that. This is the competitor that he had to wait until the big chain harvest. No bubble, no bob, just got himself a big bad chain harvest execute burst out of nowhere. I was thinking this was going to be like a game of whittling him down over time, but Arhi just needed one big chain harvest and just wins. Quick stun onto Ave Maria as they are rocking that Necrolord. I like the Mog they got going on. It's still a Paladin Mog, but it's almost a corrupted Paladin, like the shoulder plates in particular. Arhi with that wall as seeing Ave Maria with burst, but no, actually big burst, more defensive, gonna be massive damage out of him. Maria, is that enough for Arhi to survive here? Got himself no wall, no nothing, only heals available, got himself a bit of mana. Does he have himself the Maelstrom for it though? Earth Elemental joining the fight, but Earth Elemental is more defensive, does give him a little bit of health. Interrupted Arhi. Ooh, Maria blasting the enhancement shaman out of the game. That was also a wall maybe used a little early by Arhi, maybe a little early, but Ave Maria does end up landing that one. And Pythagor? I don't even know. It's like name Pythia? Is that a name? Pythia? Pythagor. Pythagor? Peter? I'm gonna call him Peter. I think Peter is fine. Peter, the rogue. Hi guys, Peter. Everybody's like Death's Dance or Blade Master or I don't even know. McStabber. And this guy's like Peter. What's up? Get a blasted by Ave Maria is getting himself sipping up with a blinder to the paladin. No trinket for the pally is able to get out of there. Yeah, Shipsia, sorry. Archie says, oh, I messed up, sorry. No, you're good, Archie. Not mind now. You good. Not mind, Sigral. Not mind now. He played that one just fine. Shadowblade's out for Peter. Looking to take Maria down. Is that Peter the Great and Maria? Isn't that like a royal family? Maybe in Russia? Wait, were they? I'm not even sure. Gonna be some gallows dropped down by Maria. Interrupted on the flesh cut. At a little bit late though. 11 minutes into the duel. Actually 12 minutes. Trinket. No, trinket out of Peter actually. I thought I trinketed. Didn't see long at all. Kidney shot onto Maria. Looking to get a couple shadow strikes in. Maria doesn't sit that long at all. Big damage to Peter out of nowhere. He's gonna have to vanish out of there with the Cloak of Shadows. In case Maria does do AoE. Has to Cloak of Shadows that immediately. Man. Looking for himself for a bit of a reset. Maria picking up the eye. Might be able to find Peter. Peter the Great. Could trinket for it. I was gonna say, could maybe trinket, just hit him with that big burst. Judgment, Gavel from afar. Gonna be Peter with another sap. As the shadow steps to Maria. I think he's just waiting out for the eye. Yeah, I think he's just gonna wait out the eyes, and Peter is gonna be able to at least recuperate a little bit of health. Does he see the darkness? He has to be, right? Most rogues are. Kidney shot as he gets himself a full Kieran setup. Maria might be looking at a blessing of protection button, maybe a trinket at some point. It's gonna go for Wake of Ashes. Peter, not sure about his health. Gonna be a disarmer to Maria. Has the Galvas, has the Judgments. He has plenty of damage to set up. Big damage. Ooh. Wait, was that through cheat death? Yo, Peter. Okay, so this is what happened. Temple's Verdict, proc cheat death, and then Peter was like, "I'm fine." Sippy cup, and then Divine Storm doubled. And that Divine Storm killed you through cheat death. Divine Storm blasted you through 85% damage reduction. That is actually insane. Mamaka gonna be up next. Haven't seen that name in a while. Blessing Protection up for the Paladin though. Mamaka looking to trank shot the Blessing Protection off as again. Looks like they weren't able to do it. Has to wait out for the next level. Flesh cut up. Could be a quick rebuke by Pala. Actually does not go for a rebuke at all. Just lets him get a full flesh cut up. Blasted through it instead. I guess just trying to flex those muscles. Those Pally muscles. Gonna be the eye for an eye. Hammer Justice. Mamaka trinkets out of it immediately. Has a Turtle Shell if they need to. Ave Maria getting big blaster damage onto Mamaka. Turtle Shell comes out. This is where Maria needs to go for a bit of healing. Could be potentially I was gonna say maybe take off Turtle Shell, quick muzzle onto Maria as they are recovering a little bit of health. Mamaka super low on health, feign death, but the hammer still blasts right through them. My goodness. What's up, Pancake? Akechi. It's like Apache, but Akechi. Hey, Akechi, maybe? His name isn't Catchy. That's all I can say. Akechi. I guess that's the name, right? Akechi. Aketchy. Just bites through Maria. I thought this duel was going to last a little bit longer. I was trying to learn your name. Yo, Archie, Maria, blasted it, dude. Archie with a mad burst out of nowhere. That chain hovers a zoom onto Atho. How hard did that hit him? Was Atho like, did it have Battlemaster Trinket fall off and like a bunch of other buffs fall off at once or something? Yo, let's get Boy in here next. Let's get Boy in here. Yo, Tagsy, are you here? Is Tagsy around or is he Dunsky? Is Tagsy around? Because we got Chrysler on standby. 5 out of 5. Let's get Boy versus Chrysler. And then Jesus is ready. We get Jesus versus Sentry. How does that sound? Jesus versus Sentry, Boy versus Chrysler. Every time I type in Boy's name, I gotta be BBOOYY, and that's just so weird. It makes me feel like I forgot to type with a keyboard. It almost like, you remember when you first learn how to type with a keyboard as a kid? You'll do it like one finger at a time instead of like your full hands. Just do it like one at. That's how I feel typing Boy's name, BBOOYY. Is it just me? I like that name. Is survival easy? I don't know if survival is easy, but survival is at least, it's simpler than most people think. Like, everybody thinks that survival is like some really weird, convoluted spec. In like PvE, it's a simple rule set. Like, it's a not super strict rules, but like, keep your dot up, grenade the enemy, spend focus with dumps, whether it's Mongoose Bite or Raptor Strike, and then kill command on cooldown basically. Which to me is pretty easy. Well, I could kill a druid, but it says dampen without cooldown is impossible. That's him. Don't worry about it, fam. Hey, don't worry about it. Yeah, the dampening, sometimes that's how games go. Hey, sometimes you just don't have the cooldowns and it's okay. It's part of the 5v5 1v1 DUELS experience. You know? Paladin bringing home a man, dude. He did the best he could. Feral Druid going home. Switch. Yeah, switch, boys. So that was very easy in PvE. In PvP, not so much. I think from range, like dotting up and grenading people, it is. But in terms of survivability, you have to be really like clean. You have to learn how to kite. Like as a melee class, it's a little bit harder to kite than like a beast mastery, with just like cobra shots and then, you know, when I do this, I mean concussive shot. For some reason, this for me isn't concussive shot. Button pressing concussive shots. What? Now, what do you mean? You're confusing me. Confusing. But yeah, remember to concussive shot, boys. But yeah, it's a lot harder as a melee class versus a range class who has range abilities. Switch. Looks like we're missing one over on team 2, but hopefully we'll get somebody in as Mods is going to be first up. Already getting drained by Horizon, not even given an opportunity to get himself in the setup. I like your lumberjack attire, by the way. Yo, that shirt, those pants, those boots, that axe. You know, I like everything. I actually like it all. Fashion craft. Gonna be quick fear by Trisbad, seeing Mods just running in the direction. Chaos Bolt into a decimating bolt. He has the biggest incinerates, the biggest empowered incinerates. Oh, actually, it could be bigger. Could be bigger. The lower the enemy's health is when you hit him with a decimating bolt, the bigger the damage buff is for whatever abilities you empower, but also the harder the decimating bolt hits. So you did get hit, Mods hit at half its health. So incinerate does so much damage. Look at that. It has like 30% of his health in a single global. Shrinkets as the second CC comes out, trying to blind the pet as well as the Warlock. The Warlock is going to get max range. He still has Incinerates. If Mods is not chilling behind the pillar, Mods is just going to get blasted by Incinerates. Looks like Mods is going to chill behind the pillar, try to walk towards Kreisbad, but then decides against it. He knows that Kreisbad has big Incinerates ready to go. Cataclysm around the corner is going to catch the Paladin. Kreisbad is trying to make sure that if the Paladin is going to rush over at him, that he needs to cover quite a bit of distance. And I believe the Decimating Bolt buff might have fallen off. I could be wrong. Flashcraft out fresh for Kreisbad. As Mods is going to have to wait it out, maybe waiting for some cooldowns. He doesn't have a trinket anymore, no more wings, so he did use a lot of abilities. Tried to go for a blind, but Kreisbad was too far away. Necklord for Destruction is so underrated. You would think that'll be more common because like Demonology Warlock loves it. It gives him big one-shots. For Destroid, it can actually do lots of damage because it's Incinerate. It does the damage of a Chaos Bolt. It is still underrated, even though Necrolord is such a popular PvP covenant for many classes. Hell, even Paladins are playing it just because of the bursts he can do. But yeah, I don't know, it's just so weird. I guess Nightfade just had such supremacy over Warlocks. It's so hard to give it up. Now that you can switch anytime you want to, you can try it without any issue. Decimated Bolt getting set up. Mods is half his health. That's going to be big Incinerates. Oh, not even before Incinerate hit him. That's just the conflagration from afar while full coolness are running for Kreisbad. Christina, my man! I haven't seen this name in a while! Oh, you beauty! What are you playing nowadays? Are you Nightfade? Are you Kyrian? Are you playing that Necrolord? Are we for some reason Venthyr? I haven't seen this bad boy in a while. It's going to be a quick Skull Bash versus Kreisbad. Mortal Coil again instead of the Feral with the Fear to Fall. It could be a tricky potentially. As Kreisbad got himself big Incinerate still ready to go. Bonzafell, Incinerate 1. Does it do the damn? Incinerate 2. There's going to be second one. Blast Casino for a ton of damn. But I think the second one might have fallen off with a damage buff. Quick leap towards Kreisbad as the Succubus tried to get a Succubus Seduction around the corner. Couldn't quite do it. Maim onto Kreisbad. Dropping down full Infernal. Immolates flying versus Christina. And more Fears to follow. Christina continued to get the big bleeds rolling with Kreisbad Chaos Bolt. Raptor with the Decimated Bolt as their half his health does connect. Used to send those Incinerators as soon as possible. That is a slow one to Kreisbad though. Try to see if you might be able to shift port away from Christina. Shadow Fury onto the Feral with a Cataclysm. Should be able to get all the dots. Maybe 2 quick Incinerates. 1 Incinerate. Not the biggest damn. That is a Barrow Druid. And I'm not seeing... Oh, Christina is a Necrolord. I'm seeing that the Slime Shield. Could go for a Fleshcuff. No way for Kreisbad to interrupt it. Is going to try to see if he could swap pets out real quickly. Maybe the Fall Hunter could get in there fast enough and get an interrupt. Christina is going to have Hots, Rolling, Thorns, and if anything, the Fell Hunter can at least remove those. Mortal ascended the Feral with the Fear to follow. Christina trinkets out of his Skull Bash onto the fire damage from Kreisbed, able to use Shadow Teleport. Is going to be a big gateway as he's chasing away from Christina, running in the opposite direction. Fear onto Christina, Chaosbolt to follow. Christina leaping in on top of Kreisbed. Fleshcut for Kleshka, quick maim onto Kreisbed as Christina's loading him up with dots. Has a Skull Bash ready to go. It's going to be a Skull Bash off of that Fear. Bonza fell out for Kreisbed. Going to be a quick bash by Christina. Still unable to blast through Kreisbed's Flesh Cut, even though Christina's Flesh Cut is down for the count. Wall is damage up as the Chaosbolt sending them back to back. Incinerates are going to be empowered. Quick Fear onto Christina. Incinerate one, Shadow Fear from range. Maybe a second Incinerate does a lot of damage. Third Incinerate to follow. Going to be the quick heal for Christina. Try to see if he can port him on top of him. He is going to port him next to him. He's not letting this cat go anywhere. Normally the cats go for CC and then bleeds, but Kreisbed is the one in control. Tried to go for a charge, not a Skull Bash, just a normal Feral charge. A wild charge while in bear form, but he got hit with a Fear as soon as that happened. Christina avoiding the Cataclysm though. And that curse, dude, that curse of exhaustion, while the Feral can power shifted, whenever you do put it on him, unless you go for dispelling it, that can slow him down quite a bit, especially if you just don't want to dispel it yet, you want to use it for another curse or something. Kreisbed trying to get a Fear, or is this Christina going to be a trinket as Christina finally able to get a full set of bleeds? Feral Frenzy, Tiger's Fury, everything is available. It has a trinket if you wanted to. Didn't trinket that, didn't interrupt that Fear. Kreisbed sending out a decimated bullet. Christina, not the biggest empowerment for that thing, but it does a bit of damage. Christina just sitting behind the pillar with some regrowths, trying to recover. Kreisbed is the one who really needs recovery. Fear onto Christina, and could maybe send at least some Incinerates in there. Those things are going to do a bit of damage. They're empowered, but they're not like Giga empowered. If maybe Christina uses, like, let's say, Kevin Slime. Ooh, interrupted by the pet. I don't think Christina was aware that the pet was next to him just now. And Kreisbed just went for a quick interrupt. No flash for Christina. I think he forgot that there's a pet, that a pet is there. Probably thinking there's still a succubus, but it can get interrupted. So Christina might be behind with that alone. Kreisbed trying to get a Fear onto Christina. Quick Skull Bash by the Feral with a bash to follow up. Finally, the Flesh Crab that surrounds Kreisbed dissipates. Quick Infernal Summon with a stun. Kreisbed dropping down Bonzafell. Does Christina back away? Mordecai send him in the other direction. It is going to proc the Bonzafell with an Incinerates to follow. One or two. I don't know how many he's got there. Might have sent one or sent two. Barking for Christina to try to keep himself afloat. That's going to be a quick Skull Bash. Skull Bash in the air. And that's going to be Kreisbed sending up more damage onto Christina with a trinket by the Feral Druid. Incinerates are flying. No way to stop him. Doing quite a significant amount of damage with a massive port for Kreisbed trying to get away. But so is Christina. Just going to send to Ursos where the pet is at. Maybe he can get himself some regrowths. Kreisbed was playing that very, very defensively. If only he didn't port, it might have been in a better situation. Christina is going to be able to catch himself a bit of a reset. Full heal up. You get an opener onto Kreisbed as he summons up a fresh Fell Hunter. Wall is up for the Warlock as they're loaded up with full dots. Christina finally able to get significant damage in. Mordecai with a Fear as Kreisbed needs a bit of recovery. Is going to go for a massive damage with a Chaos Bolt. Decimated Bolt to follow. Does that even reach? I think the Chaos Bolt connected. Decimated Bolt I think was line of sighted. And Kreisbed doesn't really have much to work with unless he has himself a Flesh Shaft. He does have ports, he does have everything. As long as he keeps Christina out from stealth, then he'll at least be able to see where the Feral is and can back away if he needs to. Trying to get the line of sight quickly by the Feral. Maim, trinket for Kreisbed immediately with a port. Trying to run the opposite direction. Does not have the gateway set up. Needs to go for a Flesh Shaft as soon as possible if he has it. Trying to get us low into Christina. Flesh Shaft has to go for it. Christina trying to power shift it. Will not be able to reconnect before the Flesh Shaft is fully up, as Kreisbed was able to summon a new one. 7 minutes into this duel, 17% dampener, and Christina just will not give in to Kreisbed at all. Quick maim with a full Feral Frenzy. All the dots are in. Kreisbed is going to start taking out. The Flesh Shaft did what it could. It absorbed a lot of the pain of the powerful shreds from the Feral, but it dissipates as the last bits of it just blast right through it, and Kreisbed is going to have to suffer the rest of that pain. Tried to see if he could port and toss Christina out. Popped out of there for a second before the purple gateway disappeared. Maim onto Kreisbed. I think the Warlock might be going down here. Bash by Christina. No Skull Bash for a while. Needs to get a Fear off with a Drain. Trying to keep himself alive as best as he can. Kreisbed has a Mortal Coil Infernal very, very soon. Maybe he could live long enough and then blast full damage into Christina. Potentially he could. The bleeds are rocking him, bro. It's not looking all that good right now. Has himself another Demonic Gateway. Christina with a Flesh Shaft. I think he was able to either stun or CC the pet. That's going to be Ursul's. Kreisbet avoiding Ursul's completely. Mordecai, Santa Christina, trinkets out of it, try to get a fear. No Skull Bash anymore. Kreisbet maybe, oh wait, this is Skull Bash. I thought he wouldn't. I know he didn't. Mikey B is up next. Full PI, full eruption versus Christina. Got himself the big void bolts back to back, trying to make the most damage happen here. Void Torin, as all the pets are up. Looks at Christina. Did he Skull Bash him? I don't think he did. Shadow Crash around the corner. The pets are surrounding him. And that's going to be full PI for Mikey B. Try to keep the blast going. That's going to be a bunch of DPs. The pets are chasing after Christina into a full silence. Does have Friends of Regeneration while in barrel form to recover a little bit of that damage that he's taken. The pet, the mages, hasn't been able to blast him out too much as Christina was able to avoid him for the most part. And Mikey B, out in the open, had his go, but a lot of his damage didn't really do enough of an impact. Christina leaping in, needs to get the bleeds back up and running. Feral Frenzy, and that's going to be a full bleeds up and running with a main versus Mikey, is able to build up for a bite, second bite to follow. Do they get maybe a third bite? Into a stun. As VPTs and dots are up to Christina, maybe Mikey can start doing something. Gonna be a Skull Bash onto that Flesh Scout. I think he just had to go for it. Has the spurs if he needs to. Great effect as well if he's in really big trouble. It's going to go for a big Void Eruption. So I think one of them is a Megalomania. It's going to be a Horror Effect onto Christina. Do they have a second Horror Effect to follow? And Mages of the Dead is joining the fight as the silence is up. Void Torrent is up into Christina. Is that maybe enough damage? ZPs are up. Mike can be looking for a bit of recovery. Christina's behind the pillar. The pet should be able to blast out Christina. Needs to keep him out in the open. Christina's health isn't doing all that good. Needs to avoid the Mages of the Dead as best as possible. That's going to be a slow with a Mind Flame by Mikey B. Christina tried to regrowth it. Is going to see the pet is around the corner. Try to avoid as best as possible. Looks like the mages will not be able to get any more casts in. And that's what Mikey B needs to do. Put Christina out in the open. It doesn't matter if the Feral is shredding you, because that pet is going to be shredding the Christina. And that is going to be yet another set of Void Eruptions. Christina trying to avoid these Void Bolts the best as they can. That's going to be a Void Torrent, unable to Skull Bash it. Super low on health. Shadow Ward death. Mikey B at super low health. Mikey B also dies when Christina killed him. Oh my goodness, Asuma getting charged at by TM Forest. Try to reset on him. Looks like it's going to be kidney shot by Asuma. Looking to end TM Forest right here. Getting big Kyrian blast here. Cheap shot to follow. Looking for the most amount of damage. TM Forest is going to have an emergency frenzy region rolling. Shackles and Malediction onto the road. Cloaks it immediately. TM Forest in bear form. Frenzy region is up. Emergency Frenzy region, real Frenzy region. He doesn't have any more emergency on-demand heals. And Asuma is looking for a full reset. Maybe get a sap on the Feral. Shadow Strike wants to do the damage when he's in cat form. A TM Force is just sitting in bear. He doesn't want to give it up at all. Kidney Shot. Asuma can maybe still blast him while in bear form. Kidney Shot. Does he have a Kyrian Burst? It don't look like he does. Cheap Shot. Marfareth is ready. He has a full damage ready to go. That's going to be still TM Force super low in health. Bear form. Bash onto Christina. I mean Asuma. I'm getting what this guy's wrong. Maim onto Asuma. But full bleeds are up. TM Force is just back in bear form. Worst down for a second. They just letting the bleed stick down into Asuma. Is that going to be enough, though? Are you a Necrolord? He is a Necrolord, right? There's no way he isn't. Kidney Shot going to be immediate trick by TM Force with a cheap shot to follow by Asuma, looking like TM Force might be in trouble. And as he just stayed in barrel form, played a defensive, couldn't do enough, and did go down. Hell Force and getting him with a cheap shot as he tried to see if he could fan on Ice versus Asuma. And Asuma hit him with a cheap shot, did a little bit of damage, but mostly peeled away. Mostly wanted to CC. Asuma without a Vantage is not playing Night Elf, so no Shadow Meld. Hell Force is continuing to fan on Ice him and just auto attack through the boxes. Into a quick disarm. Asuma is just trying to live this a little bit longer. Needs a couple of comp points before they go for a setup. And that's going to be the Shackles almost landing, but not quite. Kidney Shot onto Hell Force, and Hell Force triggers out of a blind immediately for Asuma. Is that full dots on you? That's a spike, but you should be okay. No more trigger for Hell Force, and Asuma could potentially turn this around. Kyrian Burst is what he needs, and hope that he lands on those Kyrian empowered combo points. That's exactly what he needs right now. Mark for Death, Kidney Shot onto Hell Force, backstab, Kyrian, another backstab. You're just backstabbing a lot. Wait, why are you backstabbing? Where was this eviscerates? Is Asuma playing the legendary for Kyrian? There might not be, actually. He was trying to build up for that empowered Kyrian burst, but Hell Force with the full Vendetta just lets the dots roll. And G-Fuck is going to be up next, just kind of charging, strutting along with a harpoon around the corner to Hell Force and throws a freezing trap on him. At least that Hell Force get a full Fleshguard shield. As Hell Force exchanging spikes, getting the dots up and running. G-Funk just yeeting out the chakrams, the grenades, everything. G-Funk is going to have his Fleshguard finally popping off, and it's actually just radiating damage to Hell Force. And Outforce with a kill command, or maybe kill shot just taken out. With SP up next, charging up towards the Shadow Priest. Quick Fear by the Priest. Well, I was thought for a second, what is that? Red, but it's actually just a flare. And SP trying to get some doubts on G-Funk. Meaning the trigger was used by SP, I'm not really sure what for. G-Funk has a muzzle. If he muzzles the SP on a shadow spell, he will be in a fantastic spot. Mind Game, switch it around. SP playing Mind Games instead of the summon, the Mages of the Dead. So he's Venthyr now. I didn't realize. Gonna be Void Eruption, Void Bolts flying. G-Funk is getting hit by one, then another. Gonna be a Quick Fear into SP. He doesn't sit along at all. Gonna be G-Funk getting hit with a Siphon. The Siphon is continuing to blast him through the turtle shell. And that thing might have critted the end. My goodness. Yo, Christina came back, blasting it against Cryzabad, going toe-to-toe with him for quite a long duel. The rest of the boys got to play, though. That's another good part I like. All right, let's get another one running. Boy, Century Jesus, I think, are next. Let's get you guys up and running. And with Atho finally returned to Duels, yo, Capitano will get you in as soon as we can. Atho says he's ready, got one new. I guess Atho will throw you against Boy or Cryzer. I guess is what we can do. Jesus, Central, let me know if you're ready. And Atho will send him versus Capitano. Boy, ready. So I guess we'll do Boy versus Atho. And then Cryzer will duel Jesus or Century. I think Century, I don't think you've dueled either. I think you've dueled Jesus, but I don't think you've dueled Century. So maybe we'll do it like that. Jesus, let me know if you're ready. Otherwise, we'll get Century versus Atho. Figured out who's next. Please, us, dude. I want to get you, boys. I want to get you. Is Jesus here? True Free Sauce and Alliance. I'll give you a second to get a group together, because I know you've been waiting for a bit. I know a lot of you guys have been waiting for a bit. Let me be clear. A lot of you guys have been waiting. We've had some longer games than expected, so I'm trying to get him up and running as soon as I can. I want to give Jesus opportunity too. He might be able to get two in there. Just 1,000 years later, 2000, yeah. Now I thought of something about Legends 9-2, where you can equip two. On my DK, I'm going to go Frenzy Monstrosity at least call. That's probably going to be a really good combo. I think I will make a video about potentially what could be the strongest legendaries with 9-2, since we know which ones we can equip. I think anything with a Boomkin Venthyr is going to be insane. Like, absolutely insane. I think Pharaoh is going to scale out of control. People don't give Pharaoh's credit. I think Shaman might be really good too. I think the cooldown reduction with like the Ghost Wolves could be insane. Bowhead Clan that supports Classic Season of Mastery. Cool. I don't know what that means. Maybe with the rule sets? Maybe we could do Atho and Boy and then Sentry and Jesus when Jesus is a full team. Because I'm gonna get Sentry in. Necrolord for Destruction is, yeah, it's nuts. Hello, King Chaos. How you doing, my guy? Hope you're having a good one. Number 5 fights when we gives me brain damage. I mean, asked about a rogue. Really? I don't want to give him the feral is just sad. 50% for the game, and I get this feral. What? What do you mean, Christina? Talking trash about Christina? I played Red Mage with Oblivious or Knight for Red, and this combust just one-shotting players. Even killed a druid through Fleshcraft. Yeah, I could imagine that 80% chance to do 60% more damage with full combustion is probably insane. Yo, Boy. Okay, we'll give Jesus, we'll put Jesus, I guess we'll wait with Jesus, we'll get Athaman and Boy in here. Jesus and Sentry, you guys will duel each other in just a moment as soon as Jesus gets two people. Sentry, you're definitely playing next, even if you're throwing you against Cryzer. I'm team first, by the way. I think I mentioned that, yeah. Okay. Wait, were you the same team as Christina then? I don't remember that, though. I don't remember that. Were you same team or different team? You guys same team. Okay. What Feral was it? Oh, was that another Feral on team 2 then? Must have been another Feral on team 2 then. Oh, it was versus Rogue. Oh, okay. Oh, you mean the Rogue. Okay. Okay, yeah, Asima. Dude, Asima is a big blaster. You know, hopefully there's no... There's one Rogue, Mizik. So, at least not a sub-Rogue. So maybe it'll be a bit better. Same team? Yeah. Alrighty, let's get another up and running, boys. Switch. Got ourselves Team Health Fortune over on Team 1. On that team, we got ourselves Christina. Return to the fellow roots. We got ourselves Mods. We got ourselves SP and Team Forest versus Team Atho, man. Trying to make Night Fae work unless he's going to surprise us. We got Fazal in the back with Lucifer as well as Ava Maria on standby and Mizik joining that group as well. Ooh, I kind of like that look. That purple with the dreads and the eye that's blinded. I kind of, not gonna lie, love that look. Yo, actually, Mizik, can you come out of stealth for a second so everybody can steal that look? You got the dread blades. Dude, look at how purple this man is. That looks good. And Ava Maria is going to be first up versus Mods. Mods is Kyrian, I think, right? So it's going to be a bit of that Kyrian versus Necrolord. Big blasted damage over Maria without even popping wings. As Mods is popping wings of his own, trying to make the most holy damage happen. Do they follow up with a Hodge, but that's going to be Shield of Vengeance. Ava Maria choosing to shrink it out of that one. And Mods is going to secure a Shield of Vengeance as he's continuing to approach versus Maria. Maria backing up out of there completely. This was a Necrolord burst without... Necrolord burst without anything else. Full burst without, what am I trying to say? Without wings. So imagine how hard Ava Maria is going to hit while wings are up. Try to get up close and personal next to Mods. Continue to build up for the Gavels. It's going to drop kind of, actually no, not even dropping low. I think it was a Kevin giving him a shield. Yeah, it is Kevin giving him a shield. Look at that shield. Kevin just spits at the enemy, provides the shield for an ally. Kevin is toxic, dude. Kevin is toxic. This slime, dude, he keeps slash spinning at people, giving them a shield, giving a shield to his allies. He's actually just cheating. Moz is getting blasted with a big procs. Maybe one more. Moz is low on health, takes a full Temple's Verdict. He doesn't quit, decides, you know what, I'm gonna take my low health, put it in a bubble, and hopefully survive this until the next setup. So far, Moz have had a really hard time versus Ava Maria. Retribution Necrolord is really strong right now. The amount of damage you do without even popping wings, without cooldowns. It is nuts. Oh, there's Mizik. There he is, dude. There's that full purple. I like your toeless shoes, too. That is a nice touch. That is a nice touch. Just open toes. I feel like it makes him more of a wild man that way. Gonna be Mods trying to make some damage happen. Seraphim up and running. Ava Maria with wings and everything. This could potentially be the biggest burst possible. Mods is getting blasted with holy damage. Ava Maria has another one, and that's gonna be that proc. He just uses those divine storms that get some procs with Galvas to just do the most damage possible. And Ava Maria does get himself a full flesh scout. As CM4 slows down, doesn't leap on him, lets him get an opener. Maybe we're just waiting now for the wings. Maybe that's what he's trying to do. And is going to be able to get a full rake opener. Full dots are up and running. Ava Maria at least has the flesh cut to work with. So does TM Forest. So it's going to be up to Ava Maria to turn this around. Big damage out of TM Forest. Ava Maria is just melting through those dots. Big bites from the Forest guy as well. And that's going to be Ava Maria trying to build up resources. Maybe get a couple of those Divine Storms with Temple's Verdicts. Get in the combo. Getting the procs. Quick maim as Ava Maria looking to juke out of there. As a Pharaoh keeps him in place. Quick leap onto the Paladin as a Hand of Freedom is up. And Maria is able to recover quite a bit of health. Forrest got himself Moonfire, spamming those out, building up the damage onto Maria as best as he can. Stunned, but Maria is getting himself some damage. Versus the Forest, no wings with this one for now. That's going to be Forrest with the Friends and Regents to try to keep him afloat, keep him alive here with health. Quick maim onto Maria. And a Blessing of Protection out of the Paladin. As Forrest looking to get out of there, maybe land a Cyclone. Rebuke was used by the Pally. Unless they go for a Trinket, there's not much they can really do about it. And Maria is going to have all the defenses, all offenses ready to go very, very soon. Hodge into Forest. Is that going to be enough damn? Potentially. Divine Storm off of the Temple's Verdict. Not getting the crits that they want, but continuing to use Wake of Ashes. Continue to go through the rotation. TM Forest popping in the barrel form just to get himself a little bit of healing. Bash into Maria. Maybe he can make something happen. Keeps building common points. Has a Feral Frenzy available very, very soon. So potentially could make something happen. I don't think I have a chance to play. We'll see. Maybe Maria. Actually, we had somebody leave on Team 1, didn't we? I know the Pally played. We had Hellforce and SP, TM Forest. I think we had one more Druid on the other team and he left. Maybe DC'd. Super unfortunate they DC'd. TM Forest, Hodge coming out, gonna be full wings. TM Forest with a Bark to try to see if he can live it. Does Maria get the big procs they need? It's gonna be the Divine Storms proccing together with the Gavels, but it looks like it's not doing enough damage. TM Forest with a Bark that is able to recover, able to survive, playing it very, very defensively. I wonder if Team Forces and Bearform like building up for Iron for stacks. Hodge onto the Druid as Ave Maria busts out of the CC. It's going to be a pretty short Hodge, but it is allowing Maria to keep the Druid CC'd in place, not heal himself, not use defensives, and make some meaningful damage happen. Team Forces does get himself huge recovery while in Fred's region though. Corsair left because he had a bad legendaries and wanted to play Night Fae. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. Yeah, that's unfortunate. But it's okay. If they want to go back to Fae, I guess I understand. It does kind of suck when you have only 4 people on a team, but I'm pretty sure Team Health Force and SB and Team Forest will hold their own. As Ave Maria actually decides with the hand for him to run the other direction, running away from Team Forest, wants to go for a bit of recovery. It's going to at least poke out from behind the pillar, land a judgment onto the Feral to at least keep him in combat. Keep him not stealth. This is going to build up a little bit of holy power. Should be looking at their own health bar. Does hold on to a bubble still, but Word of Glory should come out into the regular rotation. Quick main by the Feral while Berserk is up. And Forces is continuing to do damage as best as possible, but does dip behind the pillar for a last second. Shield Avenge is up for Ave Maria as we hit in that 6-minute mark, 7% dampener. Going to be Shackles of Malediction onto the Paladin, hits Team Forest with a Hodge, as it's going to be immediate trinket. I think Team Forest so far has sat in Bear for more than he has in Cat form. I think this man so far has been just tanking this damage from Maria. Quick bash, trying to make the bleeds happen. No Tiger's Fury with it. No Feral Frenzy was used though. Should be able to empower his bleeds and at least maybe leave a pretty big snapshot onto Maria if possible. Maria continuing to rotate holy power. Playing the Necrolord gives you a gavel, which does give you like 1 holy power. I think it used to give you none before, but now it gives you 1 holy power, so at least it's another ability to use in your globals. Especially if you're playing the legendary for Necrolords, that gives you a second use of it. So 2 gavels that you could use and 2 charges you can store up for that big damage with all your gavels, all your divine storms, all that stuff. So it gives you quite a lot of big value. One, on building holy power is really easy. You don't have to wait for Judgment, Crusader Strike, Bladed Justice cooldown, since you always have this ability every 30 seconds to use in between. But also the damage it provides is quite nuts. So it's kind of like a really good defensive synergy in some way. Ave Maria trying to make the most damage happen. Wings are up. Team Forces in bear form. Bar skins it and just trying to bear the damage as best as possible. Warstone, Fleshcraft should be an interrupt by Ave Maria. Trying to go for a cyclone, says they did interrupt them on the Fleshcraft. Cycle goes through, has a trick out of it, speeding up on a horse. Team Forest is blasting out of there while in travel form, trying to get away. Should be able to maybe catch it, almost a restealth, instead going for a main versus Maria. Maria now no longer with wings. Team Forest pre-walls this Hammer of Justice, which is good for him, but Maria still trying to stay as aggressive as possible. Shield of Vengeance just to give himself a shield so they don't have to worry about the health too much, to give himself a little bit of a standby as Team Forest is going to start cracking through the shield. Fleshcraft is going to replace that Shield of Vengeance as Team Forest back in bear form, back in Frenzy regen, and is going to be able to get himself a bit of a reset. Stun onto Ave Maria as Team Forest gets back in there. Maybe Barskin back up for him at the best, but Ave Maria is still looking very healthy. Bubble available, Shield of Vengeance in about a minute, and so far we are getting into that 90% dampening. Look at Team Forest just sitting in bear form, dude. Brother Bear over here, charging at Maria with a bash, and it's just sitting in bash. He just went for a charge, literally playing bear form. What PvP talents is this man's running? He's literally in bear form just to tank it up. He's gotta play like the tankiest bear talents, huh? Like the Italian talents you will take if you know you're gonna be focused on as a druid. You're just gonna try to play bear basically for a good portion of it. I feel like at some point he might just need to stay in cat form, get the most damage. He got himself full Feral Frenzy, everything available. Gonna leave the snapshot of dots to Maria. Trinkets out of that Hodge immediately. And he's just gonna sit in bear, let those dots do work into Maria. I think that's his plan. I think he might have just sit in cat form while the dots are rolling, land extra bites if he wants to secure a kill, because the dots do work, but as soon as Feral Frenzy falls off, it looks like a lot of his pressure falls off too. So in terms of survivability, he is doing fantastic. And I wonder if he's even played maybe a tanky Lego too. But in terms of like offensive power, offensive pressure, he puts a little bit from time to time, but it doesn't really look like a Maria takes a bit of damn, but then just like waits it out until Feral Frenzy is off, and as soon as that's off, like, they're back to go, back in golden. They're chilling. Lead by the Feral, trying to get an opener. The Consecration from under the feet singes him, taking him out of stealth. Quick maim onto Maria is not going to be denied a stun at all though, as Maria continues to build up as much holy power as they can. TM Forest does go into Berserk. Gonna be some roots onto Maria, hand free and keeping him moving. Though bites coming out, able to get quite a bit of pressure. That was a short leap towards Maria. And Maria maybe has himself enough holy power. Stun onto TM Forest. Do they go for the biggest damage? Gonna be basketball cat from Maria trying to see if they can maybe blast him out. Gonna be a frenzy region emergency heal for TM Forest. I think he might be able to rotate another frenzy region while in bear form, while Barskin is up. And I think this man is running the Barskin tanky legendary actually. Because it looks like he's getting a lot of friends and regens. Like he was in bear form when the Barskin was down. And then he just got himself a massive heal. If he gets himself another friends and regen right now, then definitely he is. Definitely he is. Those healing classes? Yo, can someone check, in Team SP at Health Force, if you guys can check, what Lego is Forest running? Don't write in chat. If you could just like link me in like a screenshot in Discord messages. You don't got to tell me in chat, just link me in screenshot. I want to give away what Lego he's running. But I do have a guess, it's probably the Bear Barskin Lego. Which is my least favorite for duels because, well, it is tanky, but it just, I don't know. I feel like it makes whoever is using the Lego play more defensive, so they're not really looking to get a kill. It's more like they're just looking to live longer. So it's not like they're really getting close to a kill. It's more like they're just trying to deny the kill for the other enemy. And either you win because dampening and the enemy makes a mistake, or you eventually lose, which is more than half the time what happens. So wait, hold on. When Barskin falls off and he gets a frenzy regen, I want to see, when Barskin falls off, does he get a frenzy regen? That's what I want to know. Because if he does, Barskin to fall off, frenzy regen is used. I think he is, honestly. Whispering would be net. Thanks for letting me know. I should be able to peep it. Actually, I can peep it right now, can't I? Yeah, I can. It is. Yeah. Okay. Oh, man. Gonna be a stun by TM Forest. He is gonna have to, I think, leverage his defensiveness during cooldowns of Maria, but otherwise Maria, I think, is gonna win. 41% dampen. Like, TM Forest is looking to survive this, but he's literally taking all tank Legos, all tank everything. He's just absolutely just trying to be a juggernaut, trying to be as unkillable as possible. Wall this off before Maria even popping wings. So he's trying to pre-wall everything. No more tricky, but TM Forest has a Barskin. Just make sure Maria needs to make sure to catch him outside a bear. And that might be okay. Stun by the druid. Maria's just building the resources as much as possible. Bubble is getting used. TM Forest popping into bear form, into travel form, getting out of there. Because eventually the healing that he's doing is going to run out. Ava Maria can remove all the damage through Blessical Protection, so I guess if they just play for long game, then they can actually just play into the dampener if they wanted to. TM Forest continuing to poke out, getting the Feral Frenzy, getting the Tiger's Fury. And that's about as much as really doesn't. Damn, I guess the Swarm 2 does empower the bleeds a little, but is looking for a bit of a reset. Kind of related out, but I keep hitting endgame, losing steam. Leveled 5 or 6 tunes so far, rune cover stuff, and then it's like makes you lose motivation and tips. Also fun. Maybe picking up the spec. Maybe the spec you're playing isn't really what you're interested in. Because if you're playing the spec in a build and a playstyle in the Covenant that you really are interested in, there's a good chance you'll end up playing the game longer. That's why I always try to pick the Covenants and classes and specs that I'm personally interested in, rather than anything else. Double heal for TM Forest, as Ava Maria trying to go for a bit of Word of Glory. Does have himself a bunch of setup for Galvus. 13 minutes into this duel, trying to blast it through TM as best as they can. But looks like TM just got himself plenty of healing at 51% dampener. This guy's literally a Guardian Druid. Literally a Guardian Druid. Quick maim onto Maria. Maybe they'll have enough damage. Blessing of Protection for Maria. Maybe that was TM Forest's plan all along. You should just get Maria super low, get him into high dampening, and just outlive him completely. Maria is continuing to get aggressive. Quick roar. Maria is going to see Flesh Cut. Is going to go for Flesh Cut of their own, actually. TM Forest stops his own Flesh Cut to get a Cyclone. I think it was expected to get interrupted, and instead runs away. With an opener onto Maria. Does Maria have anything to follow up here? Is going to take a bit of that damage. Try to chase up to TM. The Flash Cut is not going to last long at all. Got himself a little bit of Word of Glory. I think they just melt. Yeah, I think that might just die to the dots. I think TM's strategy of just outliving the enemy actually is going to have a payoff. 56% dampening. Ava Maria is completely spent on mana. TM Forest is going to go for a reset. Maria is going to have to back up behind the pillar. That's all they could do. Flash Cut is all they really got. I don't know if anybody's got himself a Warlock House or anything. TM Forest running out just to get some Moonfires. And Ava Maria trying to build Holy Power off of TM Forest as best as they can. because that Word of Glory is going to help you a ton. Trying to keep him in combat as best as they can. That's going to be a Shield of Vengeance with a human racial to get out of that stun. Hodge on the TM Force. Trinkets out of immediately. Ava Marie, are they going to go for Word of Glory or just damage? At this point, like, which one do you do? It's trying to make some damage happen. Shackles and Malediction. I think it's going to be over. TM Force literally decided just to outlast the enemy. 15 minutes into the duel. That was the longest duel between a Paladin and a Feral Druid. The longest. Lucifer is up next. Stun onto TM Force from the Fel Guard. Maybe he can get a second stun if he's playing the double Fel Guard. Gonna be a Fel Lord knocking TM Force down. And the Feral getting hit through Mortal. How did that Mortal hit him through wall just now? Decimated Bold by Lucifer as he's going to try to get himself a big setup. Tyrant is up and running. Shot of Fury as TM Force does get a short charge. And Lucifer looking to get Dreadstalkers up and running, but looks like TM Force with the Bear Roar able to disrupt him. Going to be the Void Elf Racial, put him in a good spot. Knocked down by the Fel Lord. Going to be a quick bash to Lucifer as he's trying to get away before the leap comes out. Lucifer trying to get some slows. Is definitely going to get some Demon Bolts in there as soon as possible. While Decimated Bolt still holds a buff. He wants to get himself the full, like, Dreadstalkers in. I think to go for a Dread Bite, which is going to probably put a debuff on TM Forest. Trying to hit him with a slow main by TM Forest. As the Feral is kind of dipping low on health. Fear, after that Mortal Cold, Dreadstalkers is going to try to pre-wall this. And it's going to be Decimated Bolts. Better wait until the wall is up. Flash Cut is up next. Is going to get an interrupt on it. Decimated Bolt is still going to come up. Actually get interrupted on it. The Skull Bash comes out. Lucifer still needs to get the Decimated Bolt up and running. Going to be a few on TM Forest. Should be able to get the Decimated Bolt up next. And maybe big Demon Bolts to follow after. One Demon Bolt, two. Does it get maybe a third one? Potentially trying to keep some curses onto TM Forest. Is going to pour it out next to him. Quick roar by the Druid. He's going to try to see if he can get away from Lucifer. 70% dampener, 60 minutes of the duel. This man still got regrowth. Does he have any more bark skins while in bear form? By any chance? That's what he needs. Stun around the corner, trinkets out of it. That's going to be Curse of Exhaustion. Mortal Coil getting sent at him with the Fury to follow as Lucifer trying to get a hand to go dance. And is going to blast him with a Demon Bolt at the end. I'll force him with a Fleshcraft. That was a long duel, boys. That was a long duel. Gateway tried to get set up by Lucifer. Hellforsen does land a silence at the start. Is Hellforsen playing that longer silence talent? I don't think he is. I think he's going kidney shot. Yeah, I think it's basically there's no shot that Rogue is not going kidney shot. Infernal Tyrant getting summoned up. Trigger out of Hellforsen. Decimated Bolt is up. There's Lucifer. Oh, Cloak of Shadows is up. He tried to do the most damage to the Rogue. Not a lot of healing that can be done on 75% dampening. He got himself such a good setup. Fel Lord, the stuns, Tyrant, full burst. He was thinking he might be able to do it. And who's up next? It looks like maybe Atham? Or at least Mizik is walking up. Look at it. Atham is like, yo, are you going? Are you going, my guy? It looks like it is Atham. Maybe he's just waiting for Hellforsen? Or maybe... Oh, I guess he is. And the Rogue walking at Atham. No trinket, no cloak, only vanish available. Blind. Kind of limited in his choices here. Sapping to get adaptation out of Athaman with a kidney shot, sitting next to the pillar, so the Rogue is going to go behind the pillar as soon as he can. Of course, he could try to prevent this. Going to be a Hodge by Atha, get himself full blessing of the summer. Just looking to end up forcing right then and there. Not even giving him a chance. Not giving him a chance at all. SP charging him with a quick fear onto Atha, get a full dots up and running. Void Eruption, not going to have the Void Bolts rolling. That's going to be a massive spell off of Atha. As he's going to try to see if he can blink away from him. 82% dampening, any immunities you have is what you'll need to use here. And Athaman is using mobility just to get himself a bit of a reset. He's going to try to recover some health, but those dots are going to do more damage than any healing you could do. Quick stun onto Athaman. Doesn't know if he can human racial out of it. Void Sword with the Mind Games, I think it's over. Does get an interrupt onto the Shadow, but Athaman can't heal. Literally cannot heal. Shadow Word of Glory, 85% dampening. Actually, when you have dampening at 85%, when you mind game somebody, their healing is smaller. Does that mean the damage to themselves is smaller? Actually, when dampening is high, when you mind game somebody and they do damage to you, they're supposed to heal you. With dampening, do they heal you for less? Or do they still heal you for a lot? I wonder if mind games like does anything like that at all. I have been literally laying down so SP can just drain him. And Mizik is going to be up next, actually getting a chance to play. What a weird duel this was, boys. What a weird one, huh? A very long one. Very, very long one. Kinder shot into SP as a full flash rush is up for Mizik. Cloak and shadows immediately. SP looking for the greater fade, trying to get himself a heal. Mizik trying to get a kick, but does miss it. Gonna be a shot of men's out of SP, but no healing available at this point. It might have to just go for disperse. Stun into Mizik with the mind games. Void eruption. Mizik does not have a cloak and shadows anymore. Vanish up. He only has so much health to work with. Void crash trying to drop it where Mizik might be, and that's gonna be Psyfiend as well as the mind bender, or rather Shadow Fiend. Just blasted him. SP at no health at all. Actually got super low. I think maybe he used a Battlemaster Trinket. Or actually maybe it might have been... Was that Megalomania? I wonder if that was Megalomania. Actually. I wonder. Fazzo is going to try to see if he can charge at SP. Is going to get him to the stun with a second Felguard. And those Felguards are just going to do work. Yeah, wow. This duel was so weird. It lasted for so long into such high dampening that there's literally zero healing. And any damage you do is just going to be over. I can't do anything with his druid. He can penetrate me or damage me, but he only wins by dimming. Probably having fun 15 minutes sitting in barrel for recording. Yeah, it was a very, very heavy defensive play for the druid. Yeah, SP confirmed which Lego I thought he was running. He was trying to go for like very, very tanky play. Very, very tanky. Abdi was the whole time when chat was like, man, I haven't got to play, dude. I've been waiting an hour. Abdi, you got a chance to play there. Were you having fun with that Lego, dude? Were you having fun just outliving? Is this what you wanted to do, my guy? But this person did like 1 or 3 HP to kill. That's so funny. And this side dampening, dude. Eventually dampening gets so high where it's not even like duels are close, but they're like silly. Where it's just like whatever damage you do is permanent. Like you're not gonna be able to recover it. Absolutely zero way. 0% fun? Yeah, it's a long game for sure, yeah. But I mean, everybody has their own fun. But Abdi was like, yo, dude, I haven't played in a while. You gotta get boy in here. Can you get boy top team? I was like, all right, we'll get you guys in. You've been telling me I haven't played for an hour. We finally get you to play. And then that's what he does with his druid. He's been waiting for an hour to outlive a paladin for 20 minutes, 15 minutes. Let's be fair. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Hopefully you had fun. Jesus, are we here? Century, are we around? No, we can go. We can keep going. Hope you enjoyed it, Abdi. Hope you had fun. What is... Yeah. I simply accepted death. Yeah. This game is druid literally clownery. It's what happens when you let druids, like feral druids and stuff, use like tanky Legos and all that. Like maybe there should have been a little bit more clear cut with like some of the Legos you could use. Like if they made it so that certain Legos you can use cross spec, others no, and be like, you know what, tanky Legos are for tanks, and make it so that ferals literally can't use them. But I think because certain Legos do work for some specs and certain don't work for other specs. Like celerity for outrogues, technically all rogues have a slice and dice, but only for outlets are going to give you a adrenaline rush. Back in beta, it actually used to give other specs of rogue adrenaline rush as well, like assassination and subtlety, randomly adrenaline rushes. It also gained 8% more damn. So like they weren't really consistent about like which Legos are cross spec, which ones are. Because a lot of the tank Legos are marked as Guardian Lego, but they still could be used by the specs and get the full element. What's up, Silent? How you doing, my man? Sentry is here. Jesus, are you around? Otherwise, maybe we get Atho, Chrysler, or Boy. One of those guys that have team. Chrysler, let me know if you're ready. Or maybe we could throw it versus Sentry. But yeah, it was weird, right? Maybe for 9.2 they'll reorganize which legendaries work, since they're gonna have to do a lot of tuning for Legos of like which Legos are, because we'll be able to play double Legos and they'll probably have to go and tune them all. Probably gonna be one of the biggest changes for 9.2. Outrogue basically guides help you so much. And Fernando, happy to hear that, my guy. I'll update the guides for 9.2, or maybe I'll do some updates for guides for 9.15. I think maybe like a subtlety guide might be worth updating, since you know Covenants, you can play them a lot more freely. I think subtlety and Mythic Pluses I will do an update for, because subtlety is getting a lot more attention as of recent. So I think that one will be updated. I believe if a person does not play but runs around the column shape of a bear, then you should do it like Cracker, either kill him or the whole the whole team. Yeah, maybe a little bit of that vigilante justice. Sentry is here. Who has a team to queue against your boy Sentry? He's here is waiting. Who do we got, boys? Let me know in chat. Look at me, I can heal. I'm a red tank. Well, the red pally was pretty healy too. I still have a team. We got Athom. Where's the sentry? So then El Capitan gets a chance to play maybe. We'll do it like that. Athom man and sentry. Oh, we are kind of late into the duel, like 7:21. Dude, we had some real long duels today. I still have energy. I still feel like I could go for another hour. I didn't realize it was that long of time. Hey, rotation for sub is so fun. Yeah, it is really, really fun. You just 2 buttons, spin to win. I think it's interesting. Like, I think it's cool that subtlety is like really, really considered as a Mythic Plus spec right now. Like a lot of people are playing it. I wonder if it'll change with tier sets. I'm so excited for tier sets. I am so excited for tier sets. Oh my god, we get a tier sets. Oh my god, we're getting tier sets. Chat, I am so excited for tier sets. Oh my god, I'm so sorry. I just had goosebumps. Just my hair in the back of my head was standing up for a sec. Oh my god, I'm so excited for tier sets. Dude, I did not know I was going to be so excited for tier sets. But then now it's like we're getting tier sets, 2-piece, 4-piece. You can get it for more kinds of content. I'm so excited. I can't help it. I'm so excited. Arms Warrior, main Kyrian. Yeah, spin to win is easy with jab. That's your jab? Hell yeah, dude. Oh, are you just playing the Whirlwind Lego or Whirlwind Conduit? I want to try it. I want to try it. I hope it'll be good. I haven't got to try it before. Oh, I think I want to make a video on Kyrian Rogues. Might be nice. Switch. Yeah, Rogue set looks amazing. I'm in love with it. It looks so good, Cylon. We got Athaman over on Team 1 together with Fassel, Lucifer, and Ava Maria. They are missing one, but hopefully they'll load in. We got Degom over on the Team 2. Looks like the Rogue might be first. I love the Mog. Look at those blades. Is it first? We got G-Funk in the back. Akechi as a Feral. We got Archie. It looks like Archie is going to be first up. Wait, who's Archie fighting against? Is it Fazzle? Looks like Archie and Fazzle are fighting. It was not Athaman? I guess it's not. Fazzle, I guess it's going to be first up. Archie just blasted him. Mortal Coil getting sent. Tyrant is up next. Honestly, it looked like Archie just picked a random guy in the pile of people and just attacked him for a second, but I think it was supposed to be Fazzle. And Mamaka is also in the back. I thought, honestly, the Degum was going to be first up because Rogue was in stealth. He was waiting. Fassel going for a port. Massive Chain Harvest as Archie gets a bit of healing, but looks like he's continuing to get blasted by these pets. It's kind of low on health. Shackles and Addiction to follow. Does Archie have a way to break the shackles? Trying to see if he can max range it. I think he also dropped down Grounding Totem to ground a little bit of that necrotics from the chain. Fassel continued to put pressure onto Archie, but now he's kind of out in the open. Just use a lot of his cooldowns. Drop down an obelisk, and nobody really attacks the obelisk, even though it empowers the cast of the warlock as well as the pets to attack faster. That obelisk is like a totem, should be taken out. That's a Sky Fury. Most people don't think about it at all. Stun onto Fassel. Looks like he kind of lagged out of it for a second, but still got stunned either way. Board for Fassel doesn't really go far. Summons another Wrathguard to make sure that he's all good to go. Decimated Bolt could be big damage versus Archie. Archie going for healing. Decimated Bolt absorbed in that grounding. Did Fassel use all his bolts? Not yet, but he's so low on health, at no health at all. Quick zap, and Archie uses zap to just hard stop the boy. Athaman walking up, beating up a totem. I guess building some holy power. And Athaman and Archie getting a bit of a rematch from last time. Archie was just able to completely tank up all the damage from Atham. Immune completely. Gonna be that Blessing of Summer. Athaman trying to make a setup. Archie does not have a trinket. Actually could be insane for Athaman if he hodges him. That's gonna be the totem down. Is that a grounding totem? Athaman gonna land a hodge. Big wings. Does he go for the biggest hit possible? Biggest damage potential. Wake of Ashes. Archie with that wall. Looks like for Athaman the damage just doesn't really go through. Maybe he got super unlucky with the rolls. Massive damage out of nowhere to Archie though. That's Shepard's verdict. All of a sudden just popped off with all the procs. Sunder into a stun totem onto Atha. Does human racial out of it. And that's going to be Ghost's joining for Archie. Building all that Maelstrom, but he's running kind of dry on mana. Is going to dip into Ghost Wolf of his own, try to get away. Slowing down Athaman, and Athaman with a Shield of Vengeance. Playing it a bit defensively, letting Wolves kind of bite into the shield. Wants to get next to Archie as soon as possible. What was that burst out of nowhere by Atha? It's like very, very late burst after all the stuns are out. Just got a random huge amount of procs and just blasted him out of the game. Athaman with a bubble. Oh, actually using bubble really, really early. As I4-9 is up for just a minute. And Athaman looking to get around Archie. Approaching him. That was a grounding totem drop for a moment as well. dropping down a hammer, just building a little bit of resources. And we got a bit of a standstill with it too. As we hit on that 3-minute mark, Atham cycling through his blessings. It's going to be a while before he sees the big blessing of summer. Hammer adjusts onto Arhi, doing a bit of damage, and Atham is able to actually blast through his health quite a bit, getting a lot of procs in the damage. I guess he's just critting really hard out of nowhere. But Arhi does have the mana to recover and maintain himself as best as he can. Stun into Athel as Ascendance is up, and Athel looking to get out of the hell out of there. Dora shadows. Atham is looking to separate away from him, just trying to kind of zoom around. Is going to stop for a second, try to catch up or heal Arhi with a sprint. Has himself wind strikes, and the sprint still available. Throwing down a frost shock onto Atham, who's trying to counter with a hand of freedom just to keep himself running, but still needs to go for a bit of a health recovery. Arhi has an interrupt in case Atham goes for a normal heal. Atham needs to build that holy power. And then go for a big word of glory. Normal bubble available, shield of vengeance, as well as eye for an eye are the only two things that he might be able to do to survive this burst from Arhi. Sending out the Ghosts, shield of vengeance is up for Atham. And just trying to stay away from Arhi as best as possible. We'll see if he's able to though. And it's going to be Atham with the eye for an eye. Maybe he can reverse some of the damage. He's going to get himself a blessing of summer to give himself a little bit of self-survivability. And is trying to stay aggressive, at least building holy power with Arhi. But we should be sitting in Blessing of Summer very soon, the big blessing that provides extra holy damage. 5 minutes of this duel, 1% dampener. Looks like again back to the standstill, unless Arhi got himself a bit of a setup. Stun to Atho, getting big procs. It looks like the Chain Harvest does eat up Atho as he got himself finally a little bit of a setup. Finally, he's on the right Blessing of Seasons. Blessing of Summer with all the holy damage ready to go so soon, and just couldn't quite make it as the big Chain Harvest does eliminate him for the second time in a row now. That big crit. And Lucifer is going to be up next versus Arhi. Trying to see if he can pour it on top of him, and Arhi just avoiding him as best as possible. Trying to stay away. Is going to get an interrupt onto the Shadow Cast from Lucifer. Got himself... Wait, you got an interrupt on Shadow Bolt. Do you still get to use... When you get interrupted on Shadow Bolt, do you still get to use Dark Pack? Isn't that Shadow as well? Or is that Demon Cast? Or maybe just the Wind Shear is just not a long interrupt at all. But Lucifer is going to drop down a fresh new Felguard. It's going to be Tyrant around the corner, blasting at Arhi. He is going to wall a lot of this damage off, but Lucifer isn't all about the Tyrant damage. Rather, he will send the Demon Doggers in. Does get a proc for those by the looks of it. Sending out Demon Balls. Do the Demon Balls do the most amount of damage? Arhi did not drop the grounding totem. It looks like he's just taking the damage and barely flinching, barely feels like he's affected. And Lucifer is going to be taking a bit of damage of his own. Decimated Bolt trying to get it up and running while Wall is up. Decimated Bolt with Dressruckers, does he have the big procs? Trying to send a fear onto Arhi, going to be a stunt to follow right after. But the Flesh Guard does get interrupted on it. Lucifer could be in a really bad trouble. No Dark Back for a while, more to cold, and the fear is at least going to run Arhi in the other direction. So you should be able to live a little longer. Quick drain life, going to be Dora Shadows interrupting it, making sure that Arhi doesn't have an easy time moving over. Full Dark Pact up for Lucifer. Arhi with another Chain Harvest. Doesn't do nearly as much damage. And that's going to be a port for Lucifer, trying to create some distance as best as possible. Stun onto the Shaman. And I wonder if Arhi has himself the Doom Winds available. I really wish they added like a debuff for Doom Winds, or like a buff for Doom Winds, like whenever he is using the proc. Stun to Lucifer with the Sundering, going to be the pet stunned as well. The Obelisk is down for Lucifer, could get some fast cast, stunning Arhi as he got himself full Ascendance, but I think the Wind Strikes would do it. Decimated Bolt, the main pet goes down, Fear onto Arhi. Looks like that's going to be Arhi not sitting that Fear long at all. He used the Tremor Totem to get himself out of Fear, to tremor the ground under him, get back up and running. And Arhi getting hit with a Hodge. Is that going to be Ave Maria? Maybe taking advantage of full wings up and running. Maybe Arhi survives it. Maybe he doesn't. Going to be a wall. It is going to take a lot of burst damage out of Ave Maria. Those gallows that provide the Temple's Verdict to also, on top of it, provide free Divine Storms. Is just a lot of pressure. Arhi does have a wall for it, as well as all the Maelstrom healing in the world to survive. But find himself, after all that defensiveness, a little bit lower on health. Has mana, but does he have the Maelstrom? Big proc sneaks in a heal in between. Needs more Sunders. Needs more procs. Ave Maria gets himself in a Hodge. Maybe that's going to be enough. Does not get the procs. It is going to be Healing Surge. Quick cast, no interrupt for Ave Maria. That is still like a 4 Maelstrom, 3 Maelstrom cast. Going to be Dorian Shadows for Archie as he's just trying to separate away from Pally for a second. Ave Maria did burn a trinket for this duel though. And Maria is just trying to bounce over there. Shield event is down. At least has a totem to build resources off of. And Archie got us a ghost who's up and running. Does he have the big birds, the big go? Ave Maria using whatever he can defensively. Maybe waiting until the next Hammer of Justice is up. It's going to be a Hammer of Justice. Archie finds himself in a Ghost Wolf though, so at least he's healing as he's getting punished in a Hodge. Going to be big Chain Harvest over Marie getting hit with a Thunder. Does Archie have the big procs? If he gets an interrupt onto over Marie, he'll be in a fantastic spot. Knock off Virtups, he knows there's a flesh cut to follow. He knows there's a flesh cup, so he's just gonna keep blasting into Ave Maria's health bar. So you either interrupt him on Holy and you deny him Bubble, or you interrupt him on Shadow and you deny him Flesh Cup, but the Bubble will still be there. That is such a hard choice for a Shaman to do right here, because a Paladin is a win-win scenario either way. They just continue healing right in front of you. Hammer Justice onto Archie. I see himself full big haze bolt. Ave Maria is getting those procs though. Archie does have the healing, does have the Maelstrom, plenty of mana to work with, only 27% dampener. As Ave Maria is not giving up. 10 seconds until their wings is up. Stone into Ave Maria. Does Archie maybe proc and force out the bubble out of Ava? Potentially? Maybe? I don't. Again, we just don't know if he has himself the totem, the Wind Fury totem, with all the procs. Hodge onto the Shaman. Has the trinket, decides against it, as Ava just trying to build a little bit of holy power away from Archie. Big Storm Strikes coming out for Archie. And Ave Maria has himself a Shield of Vengeance. We can just chill and just go for a bit of a reset. Fleshcraft up, and Archie is nowhere nearby to disrupt it. He just gotta let it happen. Double shields up for Ave Maria. And Archie has wall, he has everything available, most likely has the Earth Elemental as well. So he has a lot of defenses that he can still work with. He has longevity. Ave Maria does have a bubble though, no worry about Flesh Cut. Is actually able to deal with the Flesh Cut without really getting close up in melee with Maria. Maria going for big blast of damage. Archie with a Chain Harvest to recover her health. Quick Thunder, Maria bubbles it immediately. It looks like the Earth Elemental starts beating up Maria's slime instead. Maria with a Hand of Freedom did use a big immunity as they went for the damage. Archie just had a really good counter pressure damage. Had a massive Chain Harvest to heal himself while doing damage. So it's kind of like a 2-for-1 ability. And maybe he can get big procs. Big Ascendance is up. Maria has nowhere to go. Archie just charging at him, trying to stay at range so Maria isn't getting big heals. And it's going to blast right through them. Team of Paladins and Warlocks just torn up. I really just wish there was a 5th over in Team 1, because Archie just needed one extra target to keep playing against. That's all he needed, dude. That is all he needed. Oh my god. That was so good. You know, I really wish there was a 5th person against you though. I really wish you got yourself a full duel, but sometimes that's how it is. Alrighty boys, is this it? Are we done for the night? Is everybody dueled out? Everybody tuckered out? Oh yeah, I like that. Is everybody tuckered out, boys? I think it's about that time, huh? 7:34. It is pretty late over in EU, isn't it? It is pretty late. Am I wrong or am I wrong? Huh. I don't like to play people playing tank legendary. That's complete respect to people playing with. I love them. They're still cute. Should have been banned with the tank chickens to BFA. Wait, who should be? I don't like to play people playing tank legendary. That is complete disrespect to people playing with. Wait, who's playing tank legendary? In Shadowlands PvP? Wait, whoa, look at Tutana. You didn't join them? Who's playing tank legendary? The Paladins? I'm pretty sure everybody's playing PvP trinkets. I'm actually interested now. Who's playing off meta stuff? Who played off meta? I was pissed, so I took Lego. Fair enough, fair enough. Gonna please look at Discord when you're done with the stream. Thanks. Alright, what's happening in Discord? Look at this sad moo cow looking for a home. Just if you click, so you can give the sad beef a home. It says looking for a rainbow. Oh, this guy? Wait, are you looking for an invite on Ongus? I can toss you an invite whenever I'm on N9. Thinking about the was a new druid alt name Ongus. I don't see a list in the group finder. Yeah, I can send you an invite. Yeah, no big at all. Yeah, I'll do it because I'm on EU right now. I don't actually see it. Pal legendary, not the trinket, is the same as playing tank to BFA playing tank Lego. Wait, which pal played a tank Lego? Was it Atho? Was it... Because I didn't say any Guardian of Ancient Kings. That's like the only tank Lego I can think of. 2 игры, 4 трупа, твою честь. Большое спасибо, Архи. Мне... Как его... Секунду. Okay. In Russian, I just need to make sure I know the Russian word. Я приму твою жертву. Right? Sacrifice? Is that the right word? Жертва? Sacrifice? Жертву? I want to say I will take your sacrifice, but in Russian there's a couple different words, like to sacrifices. Like you can also use the word like to give up. There's a word for that. Then like a sacrifice, like a culty sacrifice. Yeah. Okay. That's what I was trying to say, because there's so many different Russian words for the word sacrifice in English, and they have a slightly different meaning. There's like same word but different meaning completely. It's so weird. You played Double Gavel Lego, the Paladin? Okay, yeah. Yeah, I thought he played Double Gavel. I'm pretty sure Athman played the Night Fate one, did he not? Does it say Trigger BFA? Well, Capitano, which one did he play? Which one did he play? Which tank Lego did he play? Because Double Gavel is not a tank Lego. That's just a Necro Lego. It gives you maybe more healing, maybe, if you like use Gavels a lot, but it's mostly for like the proc. Yeah, I'm pretty sure Athman played the Nightfield Lego or one of the normal Pally Legos. I doubt that it was Athman that he was talking about. Costume? Окей, хорошо. Я тебе видел. Мне это нравится. Окей, давай мне как бы возьму костюм. No, actually, секунду, это что? Костюм это... I'm trying to figure out this costume. Oh, Transmog. Это BFA Warfront с маской с Дренор. Я это могу сделать, даже если ты это не будешь носить в конце недели. Хорошо. Translation give up is сдаться. Is it really? Translation give up is datsa. Okay, so there's give up, there's sacrifice. There's like a couple of different words for it, you know. Necro didn't play with double, did he not? Was he not? I could be wrong. Wait, Maria, what Lego did you play with? Capitano says you played like a tank Lego. I didn't notice any tank Lego, because the only Lego I know that Palace take that's a tank Lego is the Guardian of Ancient Kings, but I don't think I saw the Guardian proc at all. Maybe my eyes are just bad. Sorry, confusion. I've been watching a few months. Reason started playing WoW again. Are viewers able to compete? Yes, viewers are able to compete. Now, we're ending the duel in a bit here, but yes, whenever we do these duels, this is all done live with the community of wonderful boys, Jesus, Boy, Anto, Chrysler, Atho, Sentry, Taxi, that started the goose up, and you guys are more than welcome to join. It doesn't matter what your rating is. It doesn't matter how much gear you have. If you want to literally go in on a green, fresh geared character, just got level 60, still have some leveling gear from like older expansions, be my guest if you want to, or if you want to go in your Giga Chat, fully geared head-to-toe, conquested out character to show off your skills, try your best in the 5V5 1v1 arena, you're more than welcome to. Everybody and anybody is welcome, literally anybody. I did not? Oh, you're talking about Abdi. So you left the group because Abdi played a tank Lego? Come on, man. You guys weren't even queuing against Abdi, man. You guys weren't even queuing against him. Think of it as a bit of a challenge anyway. I was scared with the blue system around. You're more than welcome to Ben if you want to join. I'm not going to deny. No one's going to deny ya. I need to step away a bit. AFK from the game streams always try to time. Yo, we got to be ending here in a bit, King. Thanks for popping in, my guy. You can enjoy good stuff on the UT. It's all good. It's all good. Love the channel, Dal. Yo, Ben, thanks so much, guy. Appreciate it. Yeah, well, you guys are more than welcome to. Yeah, not sure. Хорошо, Архи. Speaking with Archie, better Russian when I can. Кровь за кровь, жизнь на жизнь. I like that. Blood for blood, life for life. I love that. И мне нравится, как это звучит по-русски. Кровь за кровь, жизнь за жизнь. Мне нравится это. I love the way that sounds, dude, in Russian and in English. I'm not talking about the Necropal not dying for a year. Okay, fair enough, fair enough. Yeah, Capitano, you're more than welcome to join us, dude. Fridays, we do them all the time. If you feel like trying out his outlet, dude, you're more than welcome to. Or if you don't want to do it, fine with you if you don't like to take Lego. Yeah, it's up to you, my guy. Yeah, normally we don't have people playing like that tank or Lego, dude. That's been a while since we see something like that. We did have some longer games, but we didn't normally play like that tank or Lego. I remember when Paladins used to run that tank Lego. I feel like it's a lot better just to stay aggressive. Especially with what your boy Rextroy found out. Like the better gear you have, the less armor you get. So then for PvP there's like some weird scaling to it where like they're trying to keep the game deadly so people are dying and the game isn't really slowing down by too much. So honestly, like playing tanky Lego, you can prolong duels, but in 1v1, but like I feel like you just eventually lose out. Are the games over now? I think so. I actually have so much energy. I feel like I could do another one, but we probably should call it so I can get some food and keep up with my vids and whatnot. You gotta go raid. Talk to you later. Got raid, yo. Fernando, thanks for popping in, my guy. Appreciate you, my dude. Not just playing 70% damp. Yeah, fair enough. Hey, perfectly fine. Yeah, perfect. Yeah, sure. Do your thing. Games, yeah, I think we would probably call it here. I do have a lot of energy, dude. Some of those games were long, and I feel like we normally just cycle through a bunch of them. But here we just had like... We still had a few games. Quite a few games, too. But it's just, they're so long, I'm just like... I feel like at some point I just kind of like... I don't know, it's almost like I feel like I pass out for a good portion of those games until something exciting happens. And I guess my mouth just keeps on rattling by itself. At least you like a mog. It was an excellent mog. I enjoyed the hell out of it. I like the dreads and the like one blind eye with a scar. With a mask and everything purple. I think it fit. I even like the how you can see your toes. Alrighty, boys. Thanks so much for coming by. Appreciate all of you so much for watching. More duels tomorrow. Over for the NA, boys. So you guys be there supporting the team NA. Hope you'll get a chance to play. Have some fun with the 5v5 duels. And for whatever reason we don't have a name, we might have a U duels, okay? Okay, just in case. We never know. But anyway, thank you boys so much for coming by. Appreciate all of you. See you tomorrow. I'm gonna get some food, chill, get some work done. We got a lot of stuff to talk about for 9-2, but also we got all these Covenant things I can try, dude. I got so many Covenants I can play. So far I've been playing Kyrian Druid. I actually like that a lot as a boomkin. Venti was cool, but like, I don't know. I kind of like Kyrian. I like there's like a support gameplay. I think it's kind of consistent. The minute CD feels really nice. The master you can get from the guy is really, really good. I just liked it. Boys, thanks so much for coming by. Appreciate all of you. I'll let you guys know next stream which builds I've been trying and what I've been having fun with. But I'll see you guys next stream. Alrighty? Alrighty, boys. Have a wonderful evening. Peace.